Claridge's Hotel, an icon of old-school glamour in the heart of London's Mayfair. For 130 years, it's been a home from home for world leaders, film stars and royalty.
It's almost like you're sort of entering a piece of theatre in a way, because the place is so beautiful.
Oh, hi, Christian. Hello.
Those who stay can expect impeccable attention to detail.
Oh, it says Ire on it. Oh, that's so kind.
But after decades of underinvestment, the cracks are beginning to show.
The hotel can't stay as it is because the hotel is actually dying.
To prepare for the future, the hotel is taking on a massive renovation project.
We're decking this across with another steel structure, right?
Adding 50% to its size by creating a 5-storey mega basement.
I just thought it was crazy. I thought that was absolutely crazy.
With a state-of-the-art spa.
This is the only thing I'm a little bit worried about, if Claridge's is ready for something this extreme.
And above ground, 4 new stories, topped by what's likely to be London's most expensive penthouse.
Doing this penthouse is a massive challenge. Of course it's difficult. Everything is difficult.
Wow, it just decimated the whole spa.
The boss has one overriding demand.
I was very insistent that to close the hotel was a no-no.
But staying open means building a matter of meters from the well-heeled guests.
Behind there is a building site, so that floor's gone.
Staff will be pushed to their 5-star limits.
Breakfast is always challenging when the builders are in the lift as well. Squeeze in, room for 2 pretty ones.
Protecting this renowned haven of luxury in the middle of a building site.
Probably worried about it maybe swinging, hitting the building.
Stop!
This is the inside story of the most audacious hotel upgrade ever attempted.
Good morning, Claridge's. How may I help you?
Coming in.
I think probably the better person for you to speak to is our kitchen coordinator. I'm sure he is an expert in all things bovine and milk related. Answering the phone the Claridge's way, it's a little bit like theater. Yes, of course. Every call, you have to make it sound like it's your big number in the West End. Oh, you most definitely can. Fantastic. You want to get that standing ovation every time.
The 456 staff here are the guardians of 130 years of bespoke service. Dating back to the 1890s, when Claridge's first opened its doors on a prime corner of Victorian Mayfair.
Morning, man. Have a lovely stay.
30 years later, the famous Art Deco wing was added, making Claridge's the icon it is today. But directly under this Grade 2 listed wing, there's a rumble of seismic change.
Yeah.
Coming on for a 12-hour shift, this is no ordinary construction crew.
It's still a bit too sizes too big for me.
These are miners from Donegal in Ireland. Renowned for their expertise, this team have worked on some of the world's biggest underground engineering projects, from the Channel Tunnel to the New York subway.
Oh yeah, we know it's done mill tight. Eyes it for level.
Now, they're embarking on a mission never attempted before.
Yeah, that way. It's not these ways, that way.
Tunneling a few feet under an occupied building.
2 miners per gang down in a hole, 2 shovels and a jigger, breaking down the muck, and then you shovel it into your skip and you bring it up, and you do that continuously.
And to avoid disturbing the guests above, they're doing it by hand.
They can't noise with the hotel, noise restrictions for the residents and all that. So that's why they're only using the shovels. We have a few skips of off.
The aim of the project is to create one of the biggest basements in the country, as deep as the hotel is high. Taking over 7 years, the 5-story, 65,000 square foot space will eventually house 2 swimming pools, a spa, a state-of-the-art wine cellar, kitchens, and laundry facilities. And for the entire duration of the build, the hotel above will be occupied with guests, paying up to £14,000 a night. The project began in 2015. The first phase has involved digging a network of tunnels across the width of the Art Deco wing, just 2 meters under the guest lounge. From here, they can begin to dig vertically down to create the foundations for the basement, while the hotel and its guests remain undisturbed.
That's it, Kevin. That's good.
In total, the miners will need to remove 45,000 tons of London clay. Through one single hole, just 2.5 meters wide at the back of the hotel.
I'll send this one down first. That's the only way we can get the muck out at the minute, is taking it out of one shaft, down another shaft, through the head and into the basement, and up into the muck bay that way.
All to keep the works as far as possible from the front of house.
Stayed with us before? Lovely. Straight through. Enjoy yourself.
Hello. Oh, thank you very much. Lovely to see you.
Just meters from the mining, maintaining the famed decorum has now got much harder.
How wonderful.
No stranger to judging performance, David Walliams is a loyal regular.
I can't think of anything that's a more quintessential British experience than coming to Claridge's. Really good, thank you very much. It's almost like you're sort of entering a piece of theatre in a way, because the place is so beautiful. It's like you're starring in some old film or something, or you're sort of walking onto the deck of the Titanic. Luckily, unlike the Titanic, this place is not going to hit an iceberg. But, you know, you just feel like you're part of this glamorous scene. Afternoon tea here is just done perfectly. It's not cheap, I'll give them that, but it is so special, it's so beautifully done. It's not something you necessarily want to do every day, because there's a lot of calories, but it's an occasion.
But for a man who's swum the length of the Thames and is conscious of his calories, there's one crucial thing missing.
I'm very excited that Claridge's are going to have their very own swimming pool, which I'd never imagined that they would have. You know, we're right here in central London. It's not easy to expand, but they're digging down. And I want to be the first person to swim in that pool. I want to declare that pool open.
What about the entrance carpet, you know, from the...
Michelle's got a sample for that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
The hotel boss, Paddy McKillen, is the mastermind behind the engineering mission.
So the ballroom carpet, the entrance carpet.
He was asked by Claridge's owners to oversee this massive build project.
When we came up with the design, most of the engineers we went to felt that the hotel had to be closed. Fantastic, yeah. Some difference. So we're just waiting on the lights now. We're going to have to cut out the front of the building and drill core through the lobby and the foyer. And we knew that if you close the hotel for 2 or 3 years, you know, you never get your customers back. The customers end up going to other places. And I was very insistent that to close the hotel was a no-no.
To protect the business and the Grade 2 listed building, Paddy had the idea of using miners to tunnel under the operating hotel. Not one engineer was prepared to take on the challenge.
JJ, send them other 2 boys down here, start bagging up. For fuck's sake.
Until Paddy met Jim Mackey.
Fucking here.
One of the most pioneering engineers in the business, Jim spent his career taking on the jobs that no one else could or would.
No, everything is behind the cut line. Just leave it there.
Only an idea as radical as Paddy's could entice him out of retirement in rural Ireland.
I think he'd maybe been frustrated up to this point by a number of people who said that it couldn't be done. So I guess his enthusiasm was born out of my eagerness or confidence that I could do it.
What I'm still concerned about, so you've got Steve Atwood's...
For the first time, Jim is working alongside his daughter, Michelle Mackey, who leads the teams as project engineer.
To try and get you where you want to be, then I feel that we need to start the temporary works next week.
There isn't the headroom required for the rig, so
No, I'm sorry, but I disagree with you.
No.
I think I always said I wanted to do one job at least with Dad.
Why did we take that out?
To probe it. Do you not read your emails?
No, I didn't get that email just yet. I didn't get to my desk.
We have some debates. I think they're healthy. Some days maybe they're a bit more tense, but I guess that's expected. OK, but you need to take it back a lot further into the hallway because he's going to have to ramp down the... He's going to have to ramp down the rig.
Yes, well, we'll have to take it back a bit, yes.
OK.
Yes, we have a plan, and we're now going to execute the plan, and we'll just make sure that those that are holding the fort do what they're told.
We'll see.
The plan is fraught with risk. Claridge's Art Deco extension was built on a single reinforced concrete slab, cutting edge in 1929, but weak by today's standards. Underneath, supporting it though, was solid London clay. The idea is to hand dig 61 shafts, 30 metres deep into the dense earth. Concrete will be poured to form foundations and then 23-metre deep columns on which the old slab and Art Deco wing will balance, allowing the miners to excavate the earth around the shafts. So precarious is the engineering that Jim's brought in one of the leading specialists in geotechnology.
Jim's methodology for carrying out these works was revolutionary. I've not heard of anything remotely like this in anywhere in Europe or in the world. There was no case studies. It's a mining technique you do on tunnels, cross passages, but not underneath buildings. To dig out 22 meters of ground and remove all the support that the hotel relied on was actually quite outlandish.
But the multi-million-pound expansion plan doesn't just go down.
That's my main priority, getting that tin roof off, getting them X-beams out over there, then you can start work on that roof then, yeah?
The top 2 floors are being dismantled to make way for a 4-storey, 40-bedroom Victorian-style roof extension. The crowning glory is likely to be London's most expensive penthouse and will feature a swimming pool, gym, private lake, and an 1,800-square-foot grand salon. The price rumoured to be around £100,000 a night.
When do you reckon you'll have the whole lot off, the roof? The roof? Yeah. Should be done by Friday.
The work to make way for the high-rise expansion is only 8 metres above paying guests. So it too is being done solely with hand tools. Removing outdated boilers and water tanks, as well as a gym, meeting rooms, and 2 floors of bedrooms and suites.
Loads of memories.
Michael Lynch is the longest-serving of 12 private butlers. He was just 16 years old when he came to work here.
This is my favorite bathroom, and the biggest. Beautiful, very, very nice.
One of the rooms he regularly looked after was the Davis Suite, a penthouse apartment on the 7th floor, built in the 90s, but with a Victorian-style interior.
It feels very sad for me personally because it's the end of an era, really, the Davis penthouse.
We've had lots of wonderful guests, lots of wonderful occasions as well. Birthday parties, lots of weddings. It's creating memories. That's what it's all about. Beautiful fireplace gone. And when I started all those years ago, you could actually light the fires in Claridge, which was beautiful. It was part of our duty. And if you're going out in the evening for a theatre or going out, we used to come into your suite and put more logs on the fire. And there was always a fire guard who used to come and check it many times. Everything gone. Oh, I'm very traditional. I like tradition. But you know, we live in a never-changing world. We're moving forward. And we're going to have all this modern technology and a beautiful penthouse and extra rooms. And you know, we look forward to the new era. It's going to be amazing. All change.
Throughout its history, many have treated Claridge's as a London home.
I'm very well, thank you. How are you? Thank you. I think arriving at Claridge's is like breathing out and relaxing.
Alan Gray and Graham Robeson have been coming for decades and even chose to get married here.
The pressures on your life disappear. I think there were 3 or 4 steps up to the bath, if I remember right.
Yes, correct.
Your luggage is taken away from you, everything is done for you. And there's always a glass of champagne.
When not in Claridge's, their home is a grand Norfolk vicarage where they've created, from scratch, a renowned formal garden.
If you surround yourself with niceness, you don't want to go anywhere that isn't very nice. You want to go somewhere that equals that. Tubs fill that well, I think, don't you?
Yes.
The English country house is my home. The English country garden is my home.
Why would you want to go and stay somewhere which is not as comfortable as being at home?
The reliable continuity is the reason for their love affair with the hotel.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Complete with a grand piano. This is fantastic.
What do you think of the new plans for the hotel?
I think it's very important that Claridge's do keep that sense of style when they're modernised. That does keep a sense of loyalty to the hotel.
Enjoy your stay with us.
Thank you very much. It's very kind. Thank you.
The loyalty of returning guests like Alan and Graham is critical to Claridge's. It's why the boss won't close the hotel and risk losing them. But it falls to manager Eugene Leonard to ensure that whilst they stay at the hotel, each one of the 1,500 weekly guests remain untroubled by the building work.
Losing customers that are loyal to you over decades, that have spent sizable amounts of money with you, that's really what we need to protect. There's almost just a sense of ownership for some of these guests. That's what's at stake.
And it's a difficult job, given the circumstances.
Mr. and Mrs. O in 420 complained about construction noise. Mrs. W in 121 complained about the noise in the early morning, starting from 7 a.m. And as she had initially booked a classic suite, then decided to upgrade to Mayfair suite, she asked if her rate could be reduced to the initial rate of 3,250 instead of 360. So we agreed to that, and we'll just go and monitor the noise for the remainder of the stay.
There's significant liability. You know, this company has built up a reputation over centuries for service and quality.
If the risk of disruption becomes too high, Eugene has been given the power to close down the building work entirely.
How you doing? We got a call today.
What was it? The noise?
Yeah, it's they can hear the scaffolding and the drilling and everything like that. We have literally brought the project to a complete halt. Every single worker didn't come to work today because we just needed absolute silence.
when people book, if they book a room or a suite or a penthouse, then do they get told about the works?
Why did you have to ask that question?
Why are you laughing?
Because that's a difficult one.
To keep both the guests and the builders happy, the front of house team have devised a traffic light system for hotel events.
So the orange is for proceed with caution. Is it soft noise that you can make? Is it proper drilling, or is it absolutely no noise? Then we have the red, which I'll definitely be using this weekend because we have a wedding, so there's no noise at all. And then we have the purple, which is again no noise at all, but it's for speeches. So it's complete silence. And then the green is no restrictions. If you had a cocktail party for 500 people, they're making more noise than the drilling is, so of course then we would say proceed with caution.
Every day, Mathilde must manage the needs of those responsible for the build and the front of house team.
The last thing I want is for Michelle to report, or Norman to report back to you, Eugene and Paul, and say, you know, we're behind 100 hours of work because Mathilde told us to stop everything.
Pass the galleys to bracket, please.
The miners have been digging under the hotel for 1.5 years. They've built 32 columns, just over half the total, working inwards from either end to ensure the slab is supported at its vulnerable centre.
Who's coming over the shaft?
Each hand-dug shaft is lined with 1.8-metre diameter steel rings. And then at the centre, another 60-centimetre tube into which reinforced concrete is poured to form the columns.
It's a very difficult job. They have to really think about how they're going to manoeuvre into the spaces that they are, and they have to get on. There's 2 of them down there. It's a very, very close space. They need to be in a bit of a rhythm with each other as well with the work.
There's just a narrow gap allowing miners access right to the very bottom. Only when each story is fully excavated will the steel rings be removed, revealing the columns. 24 hours a day, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, the miners keep digging.
They get 45 minutes to an hour for each break, but as you can see, it's difficult work. Like, you'll burn off 3,000 or 4,000 calories there, no bother.
Pit boss Mick Lyons started work in an Irish coal mine when he was 18. Like his team, most of his working life has been spent underground.
90% of the boys here are Donegal. It's just bred into them. They don't know anything different than mining. They've worked all over the world. The job is, you do sweat. The boys like to sweat. They're used to it. If nobody comes up out there without a wet t-shirt, well, he's probably asleep.
It's a bit more difficult starting off at the top. The ground's wet. Once you get down 4 metres, 5 metres, it'll dry up. You get into the clay.
Do you know what Claridge's hotel is like?
Not at all, only what they're telling me. I haven't ever been beyond this floor.
What do they tell you?
Well, it's completely luxurious, if you got the dash. But we've been told this is our level. We have no reason to be upstairs. Or
Hello, ma'am. You're right. Fine, thanks. Beautiful day. So what are you doing here? Not Wimbledon. I thought you'd be at Wimbledon watching the tennis.
He's going to Wimbledon.
Oh, when? Today or tomorrow?
Final.
The final? Yeah. Any spare tickets?
I know.
Yeah, bless you. Listen, nice to have you here.
Thank you.
And have a lovely day, yeah? Anything you need, just shout.
It's the height of the London summer social season, but the hotel doesn't have the capacity to meet the huge demand. Not only have 2 stories been dismantled, hotel boss Paddy has charged his build director, Norman McKibben, with refurbishing the majority of the remaining rooms.
You don't need to get in there, but the problem you have here is this is still a live corridor.
Taking even more bedrooms out of service.
If there's someone in 507, whenever they leave, if you have this room, till we do 507.
And to make things harder, the renovations have revealed the results of decades of underinvestment.
The whole thing's just about to collapse. There's cracks everywhere. Sadly, in Claridge, the infrastructure didn't keep up with modern times. Mark, just a quick one. We're walking around with Eugene. Can you get on the boys that's moving the furniture? They've left like lamps and all behind in the rooms. The guys are going mad demolishing, and there's Lindley lamps at $2,000 sitting in the friggin' room. We've actually found floors that are completely starting to decay. You know, they've had leaks over for a long period of time. We're like surgeons operating on a patient. The cancer is so far gone, it's either complete cut out and start again, or it'll just die.
Eugene has these rooms booked at upwards of £500 a night.
What rooms are live here, Eugene?
None of them.
And he needs them back in service urgently.
The boss was here. He wasn't happy with the colours. They picked new colours today. Huh? Paddy's here Tuesday, Wednesday. Paul, the one thing I have to make sure is there's no squeaks on these floors.
And with Paddy due to inspect 4 newly refurbished rooms in the next few days, there's a lot to do.
Have you got a lot of bad news to deliver?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It actually started off that way, but now we'll move on to the more positive.
Are you coming in? These lights are beautiful.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Do you know how much they are?
Yeah, I think that they're about 2,000 each.
Paddy may run a business worth hundreds of millions, but he doesn't miss the smallest detail.
We're going to change these, aren't we?
Yeah, those are being changed.
Too much amber or gold going on here, right? Look, everywhere it's a bit too muchy.
Yeah.
You know, the idea here was that there's a little, what we call a finial on the top there. It just takes away the industrial look.
I'll chase.
Yeah. Again, bit of leather in here.
Yeah.
The luxury level where we are is always under pressure. So we have to keep ahead of the posse. Our guests demand it, and our guests expect it.
But I love the way it's recessed there. Beautiful.
Over 90 top designers and artists have been commissioned to style the new and refurbished rooms.
They're beautiful.
That's absolutely stunning.
All one-off pieces. Genius. Our guests love different characters, so by the time we're finished, Claridge's would probably have like 280 rooms, every one of them different, not one the same. Do you know these are my sister's prints?
Yeah,
these are all antique lace. Beautiful.
It's absolutely stunning as a picture, I have to say.
Yeah. I see they've got Damien's print up, huh? Yeah. Oh, the difference in the art is amazing, huh?
Paddy has even called in a favour from his friend and world-renowned artist, Damien Hirst.
You know, Damien did 200 prints for us. Such a friend of Claridge's, huh? Beautiful.
In the past, Damien's taken up residence at the hotel.
Yeah, I had a studio in Claridge's where I was painting. And Paddy just went, look, I'll give you a room. You can have it the whole time. I said, but what about trashing it up? Because we'll redo the room when you're finished. So it's like I got paint all over the carpets, the mirrors, the wall, the floor, and I made loads of paintings in there. As soon as I moved out, they just ripped the whole room out and redid it. And, you know, I didn't get charged. You know, I give them a painting or whatever, and everybody's happy.
And now Damien's accepted a novel commission for the new 4-storey roof extension, using his trademark butterfly theme.
Paddy called me up and said to me, have you ever done stained glass windows, kid? And I said, I have now. I think he might have even sent me a picture of one of my butterflies that he'd made into a stained glass window, just like, you know, roughly on the computer. And he went, do you think this looks good? I said, looks great. You know, it's like a 3D painting, but with light, so it works really well.
Hi, mate. How you doing? Checking in?
Every year, Claridge's hosts an exhibition in the lobby by eminent artists, including Damien.
We've brought some art along. Usually every year around this time, because of so much interest in the art world in London, kind of coinciding with Frieze and lots of different auctions and things, we usually bring a piece of art and kind of almost use the lobby as a gallery for a week or a few weeks, or in this case, we're going to have this for a month.
deep underneath the Art Deco wing, after 2 years of hand digging, the last of the 61 basement columns is nearing completion. As each new row of columns is finished, the weight of the 36,000-ton hotel is gradually moved onto its new foundations.
12:63, and the time is 10:29.
Today is a critical day. Michelle, Dinesh and the team are preparing to transfer the building onto its final set of columns.
Sean, did you find us a second gauge?
There you go, two bonds.
So what we're looking at here is the finished column head, which was poured a couple of days ago. Today we have to transfer all the load from the building, and we need to see whether that's going to have any repercussions throughout the building, whether there's cracks, whether the building doesn't perform how we're expecting it to. So it's a big deal.
F9 is 2.57. The Claridge building is sitting on a concrete slab that looks like a cracker. What you're doing is removing that ground and replacing it with a series of foundations and columns. So the whole of the raft is now sitting on the legs of a table, effectively. And if it doesn't have enough flexibility, one side of the raft could suddenly tilt and bend, and you can get cracking occurring. And if cracks occurs, then it jeopardizes the whole stability of the structure.
To ensure that flexibility, 2 circular hydraulic jacks, each with a capacity to bear 1,100 tons, the equivalent of 3 jumbo jets, have been fitted to the top of each column head. As the discs begin to push up on the slab, they take the weight of the hotel. And as the hotel settles, the jacks can compensate for up to 2.8 centimetres of sinking or rising, keeping the hotel level.
Let's go, let's go.
Thank you. Nobody move.
It's the first time this kind of weight transfer has been done under a live, populated building.
So this stage of the operation is really critical. We've got to make sure that the raft is pretty level.
The weight needs to be evenly balanced across the foundations. Uneven or differential settlement at the base could be disastrous.
The result of differential settlement is that you will get severe damage to the fabric of the listed structure. There are some beautiful marbles and cornices and plasterwork throughout the hotel at risk of, unrepairable damage.
2.07
2.07
on the dial gauge. We're just doing one last round of readings, which will then give us the final load that we put into the columns as part of this jacking. This is the last one. Can you shine a torch on that, please? 48.14.
D9 48.14.
Are we there?
With the transfer complete, the question is, have any of the columns moved more than the jacks can handle?
Today we have jacked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've jacked 10. We've jacked 10 columns today. We've put load into the columns, so now the building is supported by the columns and not by the ground. The idea behind this jacking is to attract the load into the new structure in a kind of controlled way, and we think we've done that. So a successful day. It doesn't actually look any different to the beginning of the day. It looks exactly the same, but we know that we've actually relieved a whole load of load from all of these frames in the ground behind here, and only we really know that because we've got these measurements from the jack pressure readings on the new columns. So it's safe to remove the frames.
Such is the high-risk nature of the project, the slab will be monitored for 3 years, with sensors taking readings every 5 minutes. But so far, upstairs, the earth hasn't moved for the guests.
Guys, cheers!
A mini break at Claridge's has become a regular luxury fix for Paul and Vicky Dunthorne. Their habit started 3 years ago.
I remember being very nervous that we were coming somewhere so posh and so lovely.
We'd never been anywhere like this before. Our daughter had moved to London the previous year, and I was terrified about coming and visiting. So Paul suggested to find a nice hotel and we'd have a weekend in a nice hotel and shopping.
You sold it to me. Basically, you've got parking and there's a bottle of champs in the price. And you thought, well, that's a no-brainer then. We'll go there.
Today, Vicky and Paul are in one of the newly signed-off refurbished rooms.
OMG. Wow. That's fabric on the wall.
That's nice.
Fabric. I'm not going to touch it, that's fabric on the wall.
If you're not careful, you can get a bit hooked on it. So that's...
I do some kind of...
Are you hooked on it?
I call it my cocaine. I do say Claridge's is my cocaine.
News of the massive construction has reached them.
It's pretty bold. Do you think they'll pull it off? They have a knack of... Yeah, you don't see how it's done, they just get on with it and magically it appears. But I understand a little bit of the problem that they've got in trying to achieve that with people in the hotel. And us not noticing, perhaps.
With the hotel constantly striving to keep loyal guests like Paul and Vicky happy, a recent landmark birthday was the perfect opportunity for a unique surprise.
I was presented with this menu, which is signed by everybody. I'd got my own cocktail menu with 5 bespoke cocktails made for me, with a dedication to me in the front, and all the bar staff had signed it. And I'll treasure that forever. They are an extension of our family.
We've pushed the boat out the last couple of years.
We haven't had a holiday this year, but we've had some
come
nice
here
days
instead.
at Claridge's. So I wouldn't have it any other way. We've got no savings, but we've got some fabulous memories.
Yeah,
fabulous memories.
Go on inside, have a nice time.
Morning, sir. See you later on. Bye-bye.
It's autumn 2018, 3 years into the construction project. On the roof, they're stuck. They can't remove anything else through the hotel, so to continue the project, they need to crane material to and from the street.
I think by the time we get that wagon offloaded, that'll be it for today, you know what I mean? Some days will be better than others.
But Westminster Council won't allow the base of a crane to obstruct Mayfair's roads for the 2 years it's needed.
You know there's going to be problems. It's the boy that gets over them. It's how you get out of it quickly is the thing.
So the build director, Norman McKibben, has come up with an audacious plan.
The only place the tower crane can go in is in the service lifts that the in-room dining and the butlers use.
Norman wants to plunge the crane through the middle of the hotel. The lifts and the entire back wall will be removed to double the space and make room for the 50-metre high crane capable of carrying upwards of 6 tons at a time.
So when you're sitting in Claridge's having your afternoon tea, there's a tower crane literally at the other side of the wall.
The crane's position will also mean moving the entire prep kitchen and pantries.
It's rather like moving from a 5-bedroom house to a 2-bedroom flat with all the furniture and even a bit of new furniture as well. So the guests don't need to know what's happening. We just need to operate from a different place in the hotel.
So that's the order coming in for a particular room. Because of the construction that's going on, the cranes that are used for this are now, the base for them is where our pantry used to be.
Boiled eggs, medium, so 4:30.
Now, with only one designated lift, room service has to take a circuitous route to the bedrooms.
This order is for 8:45, so I'll leave here before 8:40. Because if the lift is going the wrong way or it's full, I'm in trouble.
Have you ever delivered a breakfast that wasn't piping hot?
Oh, never. I was sure. No, never. No. Okay, let's go. I'll be back in a few moments.
Continuing this level of service means getting ahead of the morning rush.
Breakfast is always challenging. When the builders are in the lift as well, they clear out, and then we have all the housekeeping staff with the linen. Always find people in the lift at that time.
You know, getting a guest breakfast up to their room or coffee in the afternoon, it becomes quite a different undertaking. As we go from using their normal hyper-fast lifts and dedicated just for them, we now have to get all that room service upstairs whilst using other lifts that are used for different things.
Squeeze in, room for two pretty ones. First go. One squeeze in, ladies.
It's a little bit of a challenge, isn't it?
Good morning, Mr. Smith. Breakfast. Thank you very much, sir. Have a good day. Wow. On time.
Down in the lift shaft, they're also up against a deadline.
This was a hidden nasty yesterday, so this was just boxed out.
I would say that's coming from the sinks upstairs.
As Michelle and Norman adapt the space to accommodate the crane, they've hit a snag.
We'll take the lagging off it just to give as much as possible, and then try and protect it somehow.
We'll leave the lagging on until they come.
There are power cables and water pipes into the hotel, all the way up the shaft.
Why do we need to take all them pipes away if we're just pouring a base to here?
The base is coming out to here, but when we lower everything down, you want all these pipes in the way.
There's a massive copper pipe there. Why do we need to move it?
But I need to demolish that slab to make room. We have to form an opening through the floors for the tower crane. But there's still live cables running through here, which can't just be switched off straight away. We have to try and divert them out of our way to get this void done because we're under pressure for a crane date. This needs to be done by Saturday morning. It's Thursday.
The tower crane has been booked to go in 4 days' time. If they miss their slot, council permission to close the road won't be granted for another 2 months.
It's very much a death or glory type operation. We are locked into a crane erection date, which is immovable. A huge amount of money has been paid to Westminster City Council to obtain the necessary road closures and licenses for this to happen. If we miss the date, you're talking about delays at the cost of which could run into millions of pounds.
Jim and Michelle do at least have some cause for celebration. Underground, they've reached a significant milestone. The hand digging is over, the hotel is suspended on the 61 new columns. And the work has begun to excavate around them to create the 5 cavernous stories, removing 5,000 cubic metres of earth on each level.
We start doing what's known as a top-down excavation, where we excavate down just to the first level, which is the B1 basement.
With heavy machinery assembled underground, they can now make much faster progress.
We cast that slab, join all the columns up together at that level.
Thousands of tons of reinforced concrete will join all the columns to form the floor of each basement and the ceiling for the level below.
Then we go in underneath that, do the B2 slab, etc., etc. So the very last slab we'll do will be the lowest one, the B5 slab.
This 5-storey dig to the bottom B5 should only take a year.
It's the biggest basement in the UK carried out in this way, certainly.
Directly above the excavation is the mirrored Art Deco ballroom. Society events and high-profile weddings are booked here months, sometimes years in advance.
So are there any last-minute changes?
One of the most glamorous events in the hotel's social calendar is Harper's Bazaar Women of the Year.
So Lydia, your table number 6. So we've got you sat next to Helena Bonham Carter, one of our December cover stars.
Celebrating outstanding talent in the fields of art, film and philanthropy.
OK, perfect. And Kate Blanchett?
But with the works a few metres below the ballroom, building noise could easily send vibrations through the event.
At the the moment, we are directly underneath the ballroom. If they hear anything at all, it's a difficult situation.
It's exactly the moment for Mathilde's traffic light system.
We can proceed with caution, but we only block the noise from when the guests are here. So the setup, you know, we go ahead with the noise and the loadout as well. It's just very important that it's when the guests are here. Since we have this in place, they know that it's helpful and it helps us and it helps everybody. So one team, one goal.
Okay, guys, everybody stand up for me, please.
It's 2 hours before the A-list guests are due to arrive.
The event we're doing tonight has got a lot of VIP guests in it.
The hotel has strict celebrity protocols.
Lots of faces that you might recognise. Just treat it like you're working on any other shift, any other event. Is that all clear, guys? Yeah. We've got 209 guests, we've got 45 staff, okay? If someone doesn't abide by these rules, I will have no problem in sending you home straight away. Is that understood, guys? Yeah. Good.
It's a very special event on our calendar. Obviously, with these A-listers, they have incredibly high expectations, and so the pressure is on the team. There is absolute military precision going on behind the bay's doors.
Let's go.
Thank you. Amazed. Gobsmacked. Can't believe this has been happening and we've been hosting events just above. It makes the noise schedule worth it, doesn't it?
Thanks, my darling. Have a lovely Christmas.
Oh, it's extremely busy. Christmas is coming, so we got a full house.
It's December, and preparation for the festive season is in full swing.
All the guests, they get something special for Christmas. We have some Lauren Perry champagne. This is a special chocolate stack for Christmas, and this is a beautiful fruit cake. At this time of year, our guests are very relaxed, and they just want to be pampered and spoiled, and we had to, you know, try and create the wow factor, really.
Yep, stand her up.
Downstairs in the lobby, the centrepiece of the Christmas celebrations is beginning to take shape.
Do you want another body on that? Are you all right?
Since 2009, famous fashion designers have been invited to erect their own version of the Claridge's Christmas tree, with figures like Karl Lagerfeld and John Galliano each taking their turn.
Up as it is, yeah?
Budgets are never really discussed. That's too vulgar a thing to talk about. As we always like to say, you can't put a price on magic.
This year, French shoe designer Christian Louboutin is designing the Christmas spectacle with a 90-strong construction crew.
The idea of getting someone to design a Christmas tree was such a genius stroke all those years ago because it's such a hugely anticipated thing now and it's incredibly popular.
Oh!
And there's an addition to the tree in the form of Christian's Loubi Express train with its very own cocktail bar.
There'll be a conversation about what's gone on in previous years and what can we do that's different or what can we do that's new. And I think they've kind of nailed it this year with this train idea.
There, my love.
It's full steam ahead as the team work through the dead of night to avoid disturbing the guests.
So a bit more snow, and then I think we're done.
Up on the roof, the build team are also up against it. And to make matters worse, Jim's had hotel management on the phone.
There's been a knee-jerk reaction, right? You make noise, somebody complains, some guest paying £10,000 a day or whatever, he complains, then somebody's got to give him a discount of £5,000, and then everybody complains, and therefore, you know, it's a kind of vicious circle. So
we are trying to thread a tower crane mast
down through a very small lift shaft, literally just a partition wall away from them. There are 5-star rooms and suites with, on some occasions, Hollywood A-listers staying in them.
And Jim's bad day just got worse.
Darkring people have sent an email saying that anticipated weather conditions are not favourable.
The forecasted wind speeds for the day of the crane erection are not looking good.
They are not prepared to erect the crane unless we agree to compensate them if the weather doesn't allow them to erect it. Basically, gun to the head time.
Even if delayed by the weather, the crane firm requires a fee of £40,000.
It's, you know, bang, tell us you're going to pay us, or we ain't coming.
If they do have to reschedule, Jim's firm will have to pay again.
Can't use the terminology I want to use.
It's launch night for the hotel's annual Christmas spectacle. All eyes are on the 5-metre tree and the Luby locomotive.
I was thinking of a train for a very simple reason. It's because I live in Paris, so when I come to London, I take the train. And I'm thinking, I wish the train would go straight to the Claridge.
Here we are celebrating Christmas, and it's going to bring thousands of people into the hotel. The vast majority of them will have absolutely no clue that this major construction project is taking place.
You're going to come back, yeah? Half hour. There's half hour wait. Yeah? All right.
The day Jim's been waiting for has arrived. In an impressive feat of engineering, the team will plunge a 50-metre crane through the middle of the hotel, just metres from the festivities.
Well, fellas, out the road. Out the road.
How quickly could we get that on if we went and spoke to McGee's and shut them down for an hour or two?
Despite the weather forecast, Jim's decided to go ahead.
Driver, you've got to go around him.
The 30-strong team are standing by to hoist the crane section by section, 80 metres above Mayfair.
Okay, up you go there, Bob.
We've been talking about this crane for at least a year, practically for the project. I think this is a big milestone, getting this in.
And away you go, up you go.
It's a 2-stage process.
Why don't you just give it a little nudge round to your right and also just so I can give it a little turn again.
First, the 50-metre mast must be hoisted to the roof in sections before being dropped down through the heart of the hotel.
Little nudge to your left, just coming down. Here, you're coming down. Keep going, bud. Nearly there. Easy up.
Just one a few inches. Everybody watch your fingers. Down through. The tower crane mast is an extremely tight fit within the shaft.
Right, down you go again on the hoist.
Within the shaft there are projecting into it a number of key mechanical and electrical installations which are critical to the day-to-day operation of the hotel.
As it's lowered, each section of the crane passes just centimetres from the wires and water pipes that supply the entire hotel.
So a sway 20 or 30 millimetres either way while the mast section is being lowered could cause serious damage to those installations.
Hold it.
Hold it. Hold it, hold it, hold it. No, just let him clear the top channel. It looks good.
6 hours later, stage 1 is successfully completed and none of the hotel supplies have been cut off.
Flags are getting a bit jumpy again. I think we're going to go for 3 taglines on the crane anyway. patrol it.
But the weather is beginning to turn, just as the team enter the most critical stage. The hoisting of the 50-metre horizontal jib arm.
Yeah, we're already up here.
That's it. Keep going, Macca. Anything above sort of 19, 20 miles an hour will stop them from lifting. The moment the weather forecast showing wind speeds above sort of 21 to 20, we're getting sort of 28, 29, 30.
Keep that short, Jim.
Stop!
Up on your hoist there, mate. Up on your hoist.
The jib arm has been caught by a gust of wind.
Slow your crane to the left, Will.
Easing up now, mate. Easing up. Coming in quick.
Keep that short, Jim.
All right, ease up.
Fingers. Oh, there, mate.
But it's up there safely. The blokes have got hold of it, and yeah, they're just about to pin it. You just need to jib back a good few more metres, Macca. That's all. It's all smiles all round at the end of the day, you know. And they can carry on building their building, and we'll move on to the next job.
12 hours later, final checks complete, the jib arm swings out over the rarefied streets of Mayfair.
This is a big unlocker to the project, I think. Great to see it finally happening.
Oh, hi!
With the crane now towering confidently over the hotel, the next stage of the hotel's luxury rooftop extension can begin.
I'm pleased to see that that my hard work to get the crane up has actually come into fruition.
You're driving
Before
force.
you start claiming it all of your own doing.
Oh no, I'm claiming every single bit of it. I told you, I warned you about this already. No, she took all the glory because she said if she hadn't given me a boot in the backside, it would never have been done. But anyway, that's us. Hopefully, that's us done now.
Yeah.
When this jib goes on.
We'll go back to our basement.
Morning, man. Coming in? Morning, sir. Welcome.
It's a bit of a bump there.
It's breakfast time in Mayfair, and some of the hotel's regular guests are being served.
Claridge very kindly host the Household Cavalry Regiment once every 6 weeks, so we've just brought some of our horses and soldiers for a rather smart breakfast.
Ladies, bacon roll, perhaps?
I would love a bacon roll.
Here we are. Take your time.
I mean, the soldiers were really surprised. I don't think they were expecting brioche bacon rolls and cups of tea. It makes for a different morning.
Inside, the hotel is at capacity with its more conventional clientele.
Cheers.
All 95 rooms are full, with guests willing to spend thousands to savour its five-star luxury.
You know, there are so many people that would be coming and staying here, whether they're staying here, whether they're coming for afternoon tea today. They would have no clue that we're doing this huge renovation up and below ground.
Just metres away from the elegance of the foyer restaurant is the enormous construction site.
This is one of our Narnia doors. Yes. I always keep the coast clear if there's a guest coming because I don't want them to really see past this door. Wow. Quite different. Claridge is one side, Narnia the other.
It's 2019, just over halfway through the 7-year project to add another 50% to the size of Claridge's.
Somebody, Stock area, actually left is coming up on your hoist there. Yeah, we're there.
A 50-metre crane has been built into the core of the hotel, and the top 2 floors are being dismantled to make way for the next stage of the build.
And that's yours through the gears. All clear?
It's all coming together now, but I just can't wait to see it at the end, to be honest, when it's all finished. I definitely think it is pretty ambitious to carry on running the hotel with the guests staying in it while we carry on building the top. It's just crazy.
After removing thousands of tons of rubble, the crane now needs to hoist material to build a 4-floor, 40-bedroom Victorian-style roof extension. The crowning glory of this massive build, a 4-bedroom penthouse, rumoured to cost up to £100,000 a night. Spanning the entire roof, it will feature a gym, swimming pool, lake, and 1,800 square foot grand salon.
We've got this model of the whole building, and it actually shows that the introduction of the additional stories proportionately actually works extremely well.
Today, the principal architect, Michael Blair, is updating hotel boss, Paddy McKillen, on the next phase of the build.
So we've got the pool here.
You've got the pool, that's correct.
And then we've got the spa. I wonder what the whole square footage is. Would it be?
We have
20,
it's at least
20,000 square feet,
Yeah.
I'm sure. The hotel dates back to Victorian times, and then in the last century there was an extension created, an Art Deco extension. So if you like, this massive new build is the third life of Claridge's.
With such an ambitious scheme as this and limited building area around it, it would be best for key elements to be built by craftsmen off-site. In this tight consideration, it's the only way really of doing this building.
Building large elements off-site and then fitting them together on-site across the entire roof of a listed building is unprecedented.
Craftsmen will be making brick by brick in the traditional way, but nevertheless it will be put on frames and so on, brought to site, and we will be able to crane elements into position.
Amazing, amazing.
Claridge's central London location means there's no space to store materials or construct elements at the hotel. So the 4-storey Victorian-style roof will be built mainly off-site. "500 miles away in Castle Welland, Northern Ireland."
Hang on to the top there to see what height these things are.
The 24 dormer windows, which will form part of the perimeter of the new stories, are under construction. Specialist brickwork is being laid around frames in order to blend seamlessly with the existing 19th century building.
Connor, have you a tape measure on you? What? You a tape measure?
Trevor McKibben had to train specially to master the craft of gauged brickwork, introduced from the Netherlands 500 years ago and the height of fashion when Claridge's was first built.
Gauged brickwork is brickwork in very fine tolerances. A joint in it can sort of be around 1 to 2 millimetres. You can see here how tight these joints are and how it's nice and flush. Now, on a normal brick, this would be about 1 centimetre, which would be like the thickness of a finger. So then you have more room to move, and if the brick moves or if there's a twist, you can hide it in that size of a joint. The problem comes whenever you do this. There is no tolerances and it has to be perfect every time.
And to ensure perfection, the bricks themselves are even made in a specialist way.
A normal brick is kilned up to something like 1400 degrees. So what you're left with is a very hard outside shell, but if you were to cut through it, there's not the same texture all the way through. Where a gauged brickwork is only kilned up to something like 800 degrees. So it hasn't fully hardened, but it's cooked the same consistency right through like a cake. So it means then you're able to shape and to work that brick.
Good for carving, less good for transporting. With 6 specialist companies making the parts for Claridge's new roof extension, the dormers need to be taken to another site to be assembled with the rest of the pre-made frame to ensure the whole thing fits together.
Are you putting a strap on that? Yeah, I'm not on. Shut the back door. Yeah.
Only then can they begin their final journey to Mayfair.
Our concerns in transporting these is the vibrations, the braking and acceleration and the corners that the truck's going to put on it. We know that if it survives the transport, it will survive hundreds of years up on the building.
Hello, man. Yeah, lovely. See the middle arch where the sunflowers are? Go straight through and have a lovely time.
Good morning, concierge, can I help you? It's Martin.
Back in London, complex transport arrangements are all part of the daily routine.
What time do you need to be there in Monaco? It's now 12:50. We'll probably try and have something ready on the runway by 3 o'clock. Would that be okay? Perfect. The dog has a passport as well. We'll make sure that works. Thank you.
These boards been lifted up. They're going down, they're ready to go down.
With the work on the roof gathering pace, the management team have decided to close off some areas of the hotel to insulate guests from the noise. All 19 bedrooms on the 4th floor have been taken out of service.
We're fortunate enough with this area that we've already got possession of the floor below, so that then acts as a buffer for us. So we were able to sort of go hell for leather up here, if you like. After 10 o'clock, then we can start with not heavy machinery, but you're talking about sledgehammers, crowbars, recip saws, the odd angle grinder.
Staying just a few floors below is Stephen Jones, milliner to royalty and the rich and famous.
Come in.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Your lunch, sir.
Lovely, thank you.
He regularly seeks respite at the hotel.
Some beautiful oysters.
Wonderful. If you're running a hotel, you know, every night is opening night. You're only as good as your last performance.
Just leave it here for you?
Yes, just there, that'd be fine. I think when people come here, they're looking for a little quiet paradise in the centre of London. And I think throughout the construction, it's been able to be kept like that.
Just the two closed, or would you like to leave the centre?
I'll have a little bit of centre as well.
Fantastic, sir.
I see you brought 2 glasses.
I was going to join you. No.
But I'm sure, like policemen, you're not allowed to drink on duty.
No.
My atelier and my salon is a mile away from here, but I'm here in Claridge's having some self-inflicted TLC. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Whenever I think about the world and think about Claridge's, I always think it's probably the centre of the known universe. And everything becomes slightly less civilised the further away you go. Heaven on earth.
But while Stephen enjoys room service in silence, not all the guests are as happy. Vibrations have been felt lower down the hotel, and Eugene has asked Director of Construction Norman McKibben to speak to the team on the roof.
If there's a guest problem, I'm the one that's going to pick up the phone at any time of the day and call the project and kind of grind it all to a halt, you know, and ultimately the guest is kind of king. Wow.
Hi. When you were doing that there and I was walking down through the building, you can actually hear it way down on the 3rd floor, and it's just a deep thud, bang.
You can't have sledgehammers or...
No.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Because there's obviously rooms then
You're not here.
not far from it.
That's why Eugene's here. The guests, you must remember, 3 floors down there's people lying sleeping. So if you go to bed tonight and somebody stand outside your wall banging with a sledgehammer, you would soon get... You see, even if it takes a couple of days longer, Yeah. It saves Eugene a lot of headaches.
Despite regular stoppages, the mission to expand the hotel is so far proceeding to plan above and below ground. 15 metres beneath the famed Art Deco wing, a team of miners have been constructing a 65,000 square foot basement. Digging down deeper than the hotel is high, the 5 underground stories will house 2 swimming pools, a spa, a gym, staff restaurant, and a state-of-the-art machinery room in a space the equivalent of 3 football pitches. So far, the team has excavated down to the 2nd story.
What time are you got to be back up again?
Huh?
What time are you have to be up at?
2.
The engineer in charge, Jim Mackey, was tempted out of retirement to take on this audacious build.
I've asked John to see if it opens up more of the gravel.
The only person prepared to shoulder the risk of excavating under a live hotel, he's persuaded his engineer daughter, Michelle Mackey, to join him.
What's wrong with these ones?
They're at the position of the well now that the water's starting to back up the
yeah, I haven't looked down, but Diego says there's quite a bit of water in there.
Yeah.
And today, there's a problem.
I'm not sure how much of the water that's coming in is actually groundwater or just the kind of atmospheric conditions that are...
On the 1st story, too much groundwater is pouring through the clay, and senior engineer Diego Fenaroli is closely monitoring it.
If you look at the corner here, you can see some water coming down at the top of the pile. The water will find its way through any weak spots. So in several occasions we have to go back and do repairs where the water managed to get through the construction joints in the walls.
Like many buildings in central London, Claridge sits on top of an underground river. A stream of water diverted underground during industrialisation.
What you could do, Paul, is just put a pipe in there and we can try and ground it afterwards.
Before the basement excavation could begin, the stream was rerouted using a system of vacuums and pumps. But today, despite the mechanics, some of the groundwater is still seeping through the clay.
Just getting worse and worse, so that's why we've got a bit of a problem today.
As soon as the water gets into any cracks into the clay, so a big lump of clay could just fall out because it gets naturally detached from
landslide.
Yeah, on a very small scale, but still quite dangerous.
This instability is a problem for the next stage of the dig.
Oh, you want to wedge it in? Okay, I see.
The team need to build several 5-metre-long tunnels, which will eventually join a new stairwell and lift shaft and become the staff entrances to the new spa. But today, the wet earth means there's a change of plan.
You can see the water coming through at the top there. If the water is actually seeping through, there is the risk that the hole itself could collapse, effectively blocking the opening.
The risk of clay collapsing into the tunnel is increasing, so Diego has decided to push ahead of schedule and fill around the supporting frame with concrete.
I mean, the idea was to pour this tomorrow. We're going to push it and pour it today. The guys worked really hard for the last few days to get it ready. Do you have a face of clay above?
But because the mortar is being pumped down from street level, the sheer force of gravity means that until the concrete sets, it finds its way through even the smallest of gaps in the frame.
That's okay, they're going to start repumping now.
Keeping Diego on his toes.
It's going to get sorted. Oh, there. And most of the cases, you can't actually see where the leak is coming from. Yeah, give another 2 pumps. Seems to be going fine at the moment. There is no further leak. Oh! There's something weird. It's coming down from the back of the steel. It's going to be a long day.
Regardless of the challenges below ground, upstairs, the show must go on, as some of the world's most well-known faces continue to frequent the hotel. Throughout its 130-year history, Claridge's has seen icons such as Winston Churchill, Audrey Hepburn and Princess Diana pass through its doors. And now, it's beginning to attract a new type of star.
Okay, so this is the room. Look at this. What in the bloody hell? It is beautiful. Are you joking?
Kate Elizabeth has over 500,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Wow, this bed is so comfy.
And hundreds of thousands more on TikTok.
Guys, you have no idea what I've just walked into. This place is insane. Look at the scenes.
The 21-year-old booked herself into a £630 a night room and took her online fans with her.
Oh my fucking God! It's fucking small. It was warm. It was warm water. Look at that.
Young internet stars are possibly not Claridge's average clientele.
I've actually never been here before, but I feel like my followers would love it. My demographic is very much like private school, so I feel like everyone loves like the bougie, like luxury lifestyle.
I completely forgot. Every single hotel has a minibar. Potato vodka. Potato vodka. Oh, shut up. It's £150 for that little champagne.
But when there's a huge investment in the future at stake, the reviews of unannounced influencers matter.
I got a really good response to my video, to be fair. All my followers loved it. They were like, oh, this is so cool. Like, maybe I'll come visit. I think I got tagged in the Claridge's Instagram as well. Loads of people just love the insight of just the whole entire experience.
What we're going to see is something that has taken a long time to get to this stage.
It's March 2019 and project manager Mark Allen has come to see the latest stage of the build, 500 miles away in Northern Ireland.
There have been a lot of locals calling in just to see exactly what we've been doing. I think that a lot of people have sort of thought we've been building a movie set. Hopefully towards our right, we should get our first glimpse of a little bit of Claridge's in Northern Ireland. Yep, there you go. You can just see it peeping behind the trees. Oh wow, there we go. There's a little bit of Mayfair sitting in a great big open concrete yard.
Today, they've erected a section of the 4-storey facade to test whether the key components will fit together before they begin the journey to Mayfair.
I'm going to trip over myself walking up that hill. Amazing, huh?
Pretty impressive, isn't it, when you see it that
really
close?
impressive
It's really
when you
domineering.
get up close, yeah.
Each structure is made from about 80 bespoke parts, including the bricks, window frames and steel beams on which everything hangs.
You really start to see the detail as you approach it, don't you? You don't get it from a distance.
Yep.
I mean, even the detail in the Trevor stonework's beautiful.
What would be on site, maybe months of work for loads and loads of men, is now going to be days of work for a handful of men, because all the work's done here. We're going to try and take a look at the 5th floor roof?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every section interlocks with its neighbour securely on all sides, meaning minimal engineering back in Mayfair.
The next time we look out the window of 802, we'll be looking out at the Shard.
There's not be so many green fields. It'll be a different view entirely.
So 2 or 3 weeks we'll have these all touched up, wrapped easily.
And while the team are happy the sections themselves slot together, they won't know how they'll fit on the building until they arrive at Claridge's.
Tolerances are so small that if the primary steel from behind is a little bit too far this way, it pushes this dormer out of alignment so it doesn't align with its bolt hole down below. And if it doesn't align with its bolt hole down below, it doesn't line up with the leadwork outside, and if everything's just too tight and it doesn't fit the way it's supposed to fit. This has to fit. There's no room to be messing about with it or to be modifying it.
That's better. Keep coming up in one. Keep easing down.
Back in London, the metal framework for the dormers is being craned onto the hotel roof.
Let's get the columns on, Neil.
I need an 89 and all slinging.
Each of the steel sections have been made to precise specifications so they can be quickly bolted together on site.
Well, it's not, you can't just cut stuff off. It's not down to me to make that decision.
If they can find the right parts.
We need that base plate sending over, Jim. They put the wrong base plate on the C10 because it's got to be cut off and re-welded on completely. The base plates, it should have a different base plate on it, fit onto there, but it's obviously too big, so they've got to send another one out. We've got to cut that off and re-weld it on site.
How long is that going to take?
Oh, 2, 3, 4 hours probably.
Oh, so it's going to get done today?
No. Got to get the piece here yet. Got to get the steel. Got to get somebody out to come and sort it.
Time's the pub open.
As the framework is put together, the engineers need to check every single measurement of every single bolt hole.
So if you come and look here, I don't know if you can see, in this steel there are 2 little holes which are where the dormer windows are going to sit and fix into. Now, the allowance for that is about 5 mil, which is nothing for them to fit perfectly. So what we've got to do is check that they're in the right place now before we start bringing these massive lumps of concrete onto site. We can't put the weight of the dormers on the existing slab because it's not strong enough. So it all has to be hung off those points there.
The total weight of the 4 new stories is heavier than the 2 original brick ones. So to ensure the additional load is spread across the entire building, the dormers need to be fully supported by the steel frames.
If they're slightly wrong, then they'll look wrong. And it will, as you look at the building, the windows won't line up properly. So it is, yeah, it is kind of, as Alex Ferguson said, squeaky bum time with this.
Despite the massive modernisation programme, there are those that revel in the parts of the hotel that remain resolutely unchanged. The Fumoir has been serving cocktails since 1929. Prince Philip had a favourite spot here.
I think Claridge's is one of the great pleasures of life. Family, Marmite on toast, sex, and the Fumoir and a very nice champagne cocktail at 9 o'clock in the evening.
But for those that want to try something different, Claridge's is planning to open its first new bar in 24 years. The Painter's Room.
We've got that figure that's going into the corridor. We've got that guy for the menu.
Artist and sculptor Annie Morris has been asked to come up with a concept for the space unlike anything else in the hotel, while still retaining a hint of its 1930s origins when it was known as the Painted Room.
I think that like fox thing would mirror the flower too much.
It's really like walking into a sketchbook of thoughts and things that I'm thinking about at the moment. They're quite spontaneous. I'm thinking about a bar and I like the idea that there are lots of people and animals talking. So I think the beginning was just thinking about how to have conversations between, like, whether it's an animal or a faceless woman with a flower on her head, you know. So there's really nice like conversations happening that might happen at any bar. Right now I'm trying to decide about adding more to the drawings that I've done. Then I'm going to get them made into stencils that I'll then paint onto the wall, so it has a slight relief to it.
The target clientele is younger, but still with plenty of disposable wealth. And to appeal to this new crowd, an experimental range of cocktails is being developed.
Right now what we're doing is we're running a distillation under vacuum, and the idea is just to give us an idea of how we can kind of come up with new flavors and new techniques.
Today, Director of Mixology Nathan McCarley O'Neill is working on an homage to Van Gogh's almond blossom work.
We've basically taken almond blossoms, we've infused them for around 2 hours directly into a high-proof spirit. These ones in particular from Tarragona were very special and unique because they grew beside orange groves and olive groves. So you don't only get the almond flavor, but you get orange, olive at the same time. And this will then condense the steam back into a liquid again. And what you'll have here is basically a almond blossom vodka, if you will. Delicious. Yeah. Need a little bit of water.
That's what you need in the morning.
So basically now at this point, wow, hang on 1 second. My tongue is on fire. So we're only going to add a small, tiny amount of this into our final batch, but right now to drink it is exceedingly strong, as we just found out.
After a year of basement excavation, the team have reached the final level, B5, 23 meters underneath the hotel. But the deeper they go, the slower the progress.
But it's got slower because we're so much lower. So now instead of going up 1 floor or 2 floors, we're now having to go up 5 floors with every skip. So the whole process just slows down a little bit.
As the deepest reinforced concrete floor is laid, the miners have one more challenge: 2 final tunnels. As part of the hotel's upgrade, the engine room for the plumbing and wiring is being moved from the rooftop above the Victorian wing 55 meters down to the deepest level of the basement. This new nerve centre will then need to be joined to the network of pipes back on the other side of the hotel. To do this, at the same time as they started the basement excavation, the team dug 2 4-metre wide vertical channels beneath the Victorian wing. Now, the miners need to dig 2 horizontal tunnels to join the bottom of the shafts and connect over 100 metres of pipework across the hotel.
We're installing the first ring of one of the service tunnels at B5 level. What I'm checking is just checking the position of the ring. I need to make sure that the ring is actually vertical, as close as possible to the vertical.
Digging into solid clay, the team are relying on a set of precise measurements to ensure the tunnel and the shaft join up.
You're a little bit twisted. That one there needs to come out 10 mil. That one needs to go in 20 mil. Yeah, that's it. They're trying to realign it. As soon as you start going on a long distance, even 20 mil, they can actually be a couple of meters by the end of the time.
The most difficult part of this operation is actually connecting the 2 elements together.
That's it, Kevin. That's good. Yeah.
There's always a risk or the potential maybe for just somebody to take their eye off the ball and an error creeps in.
Yeah, that's your center of the ring at the moment.
And only after another month of digging will Jim and Diego know if their calculations have been on track. 23 metres above the tunnelling, en route to the new Painters Bar, is the Talking Heads Gallery, a showcase of Claridge's most famous guests, immortalised by artist-in-residence David Downton.
Profile?
Profile? Which one?
No, this.
To reflect the changing fabric of the hotel, today David is working on a new portrait with his muse, supermodel and hotel regular Erin O'Connor.
Square a shoulder for starting.
Today is about doing a new, fresh illustration to reflect the new backdrop of Claridge's. If you love a place, you want to see it evolve. You want to see it being cherished and cared for and loved and moving forward as the world does. And change, or would you like it where it was?
Where it was for a minute, I'll just do one like that.
You can stay here, the world goes on, and there's an awful lot of really hardcore work going on behind the scenes. It's this sort of seamless flow of people doing their very best to keep the hotel alive and well. I love how diverse and intriguing this whole corridor is. You've got a lot of people from different walks of life. You've got Sarah Jessica Parker at the top. And here we have Kristen Scott Thomas and Tan V. Newton. What it feels to me is that there's a real love and appreciation of the people that keep coming back. And they will now be here forever. You never get used to walking down a corridor and seeing a picture of your favourite icon or your favourite actor. Just splendour and glory, and then somewhere in the middle, I see me, and I will never get over that. I don't want to get over that. It's a really special thing.
You gonna help him reverse back here? I'll stop the traffic for you.
It's May 2019, 7 a.m.
Go on, Mark, bring him in. Yeah, go on, he's good there, he's good. Fire it down.
After 450 miles through Northern Ireland, Wales and England, and the voyage across the Irish Sea, the first of the dormer sections have arrived in Mayfair.
All stop there, Lindsay.
I'm really surprised to just the sheer size of them. They are absolutely huge. I love how they've got the Claridge's logo on the side of them.
Up on the roof, the team are about to find out whether the steel frame will match up to the ready-made holes in the dormers.
It's just a little bit trial and error. People have been a little bit panicky. No one here on site's installed these dormers, and when I was speaking to the guys earlier on, they were saying no one's done these dormers full stop.
Right, Lindsay, steady as you can. Just go up to 4 ton for us, please. Up to 4 ton.
Yeah, no worries.
And before that, the fragile brickwork needs to survive the most perilous stage of its journey. The final 30 metres up to the roof.
When you're looking at that, what are you thinking?
Hope it stays together. Just to take us up safely, no damage. Yeah, probably worried about it maybe swinging, hitting the building, or any number of things.
Right, Lindsay, nice and steady. Just creep that back up to 6 ton, please.
I'm up to 6.5 now, so if it goes any higher, I'll give you a shout.
Years of work is coming down to this moment, so it's just, you hope everybody's done their part right.
Coming up!
Keep going up in 1.
Yep.
Right, looks like it's clear now, Lindsay. Just start creeping up again there for us, please.
All right.
If the wind speed goes above 20 miles an hour, the hoist will have to be stopped.
What's the weather saying? What's the wind speed saying up there, please?
15.
Just creep up nice and steady. Slowly as you can.
Yep.
If everything goes according to plan and everything goes as we've mocked it up back in Northern Ireland, they should slot together like a great big piece of Lego for, yeah, well, I guess that's really what we're looking at. This is Lego for big boys.
It's nearly there, like, isn't it?
As if the pressure isn't enough, hotel boss Paddy has arrived on site to witness this landmark moment.
The biggest fear with one of these dormers arriving on site is that something just doesn't line up for us. If it doesn't fit, I don't know quite what we do. We put it back in the lorry and take it away again? We don't have a plan B.
Hold it! Touch it to the left, Matt! Yeah, looking good there, mate. Go on, got loads of room here. Go on, keep it coming to me.
Down in 1 again, Lindsay. Down in 1.
That's it. Makes it steady. Keep coming on, hands on. Hold it. Oh! Whoa!
Success.
That cleat says it has to come on down, because that cleat has to come down and rest in this.
But one of the engineers has spotted a problem.
There's something about that located, that hole there is not in the right position. And so it looks like that hole's not correct. That's what it looks like. Structural floor level, finished floor is up around that same height there.
Well then, it's 179 above, but that is our finished floor level there, Mark.
All I know is that there's a hole drilled in the wrong place. That's supposed to be up way inside the steel. It's got a hole cut out, but...
It looks like existing floor level where the plan is start variance, and that's what's created the problem with that. You know, the whole building's at an angle. You've got old with new.
Despite the meticulous measurements, the plan didn't take into account the irregular dimensions of the 130-year-old building.
From the top of that,
you won't get in.
To finished floor should be 132 mil. So we're going to have to get a bracket made and go in.
The solution is to use a single steel bracket to bridge the gap between the frame and the dormer.
Never a problem, always a solution. We will find a way around it.
The floors in Claridge, from across the length of our site here, there's over 150 mil of a fall. It's just the way the building has settled and moved. They were taking their measurements from the existing floor level, but what they should have been doing is taking the level from the top of the steel, because the steel is standard, it will not change. So now they've hung it in place and everything is working as it should have worked.
The bolts have sheared and they have moved, so there is some damage. So that's what I'm waiting to see, is how much damage has actually happened.
Trevor is concerned that rips to the protective fastenings may have affected the brickwork underneath.
So we don't know whether or not the lorry drivers had the brake suddenly or something, and the solid jolt has just sheared the steel off. Wow.
They'll need a closer look before they know the true extent of the damage.
Hey, Paul, get one of your guys to rip the plastic off.
Yeah.
Trevor, what do you think?
Just needs to dust it off. We can see a few joints have opened up in the coping and the transport.
But it's only the joints, nothing cracked. It's only re-grouting and repointing it. There's not a brick cracked here. Amazing.
The damage is minimal.
That's a work of art.
It's just very exciting to see this happening. It's a great sigh of relief when you see something like this coming in and it actually fits into where it's meant to go.
I'll do that, Lindsay. Down in one again now, please.
For the next 2 years, 100 more dormers will be transported from Ireland to complete Claridge's new style roof.
Yeah, we should light those as well, set the atmosphere. And then I think we're almost good.
At ground level, another feat of imagination is becoming a reality. Tonight is what's known as a soft launch for Claridge's new bar, the Painter's Room.
All right, let's set up then and let's start doing drinks.
Oh, wow. This is incredible.
Nathan and his team are trialling 8 new cocktails, each costing around £20 on hotel staff and a few specially invited guests.
This one is our version of the martini. We mix 2 different types of gin.
Oh, so strong.
Further down still, at the bottom of the basement, the miners have almost completed the 2 service tunnels that will carry all the hotel's water, electricity and air conditioning from one wing of the hotel to the other. They've reached a critical moment.
The next big milestone is basically the connection of the vertical piece with the horizontal piece. The basement's the building's lungs and hearts. This is its arteries. This is the bit that feed it all into the existing building, into the risers, and away you go now.
The team are about to find out if their calculations have been correct and they're on course to meet the bottom of the vertical shaft.
There's always a certain amount of nervousness that somewhere along the line an error has crept in or something has gone wrong, because over a distance of 40 metres, I mean, you could be out quite significantly at the other end.
At the minute, he's less than a metre away from the vertical shaft. Well, we're hoping to meet perfect. We can't be out half a metre. The 2 have to meet. There is really no tolerances. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa.
The tunnel and shaft have lined up perfectly. The relief is palpable.
It feels wonderful.
Good.
The breakthrough looks good. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't looked.
And it's a moment so crucial for the functioning of the upgraded hotel that boss Paddy has come to take a first look through the new passage.
Unbelievable, huh? That's the first time we've hit it.
Yeah. There's a ladder. Yeah, there's a wee ladder there. Wait a minute, there's a ladder here. Here, Paddy. Here. See?
Change all.
Yeah, never change. It's not going to change now.
Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. You're telling me it's unbelievable.
It's maybe like the French and the British meeting when building the Channel Tunnel. You know, when you're coming from 2 ends, there's always great relief.
It signals a huge milestone for the project, the completion of the basement shell. The vision to expand the size of the hotel is becoming a reality.
Excavation is now finished here for B5.
That's it, so 5 basements done.
Yeah.
Yep. So amazing, amazing.
Jim and Michelle will soon be handing over the basement to the hotel to be fitted out.
It's one of these. It's a bit like a love story, isn't it? Yeah. Come to the end, but you know, it's tinged with sadness. I don't think I will ever do another job where I'm the project manager, living it, breathing it, eating it, sleeping it.
So it's not related to our working relationship?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's been an absolute joy to have done a job together.
Well, you say that now.
We always talk about it.
We're still talking at the end of it, so I don't think it's been all that bad.
It's just the sense of achievement that, yes, we're there now.
But first, one of the completed access tunnels is to be used for a very different purpose, as the staff entrance to the basement wrap party.
Everybody is really, really good mood, and people cannot believe that we're 30 metres below Brook Street and we're down having a party in a space that didn't exist 3 years ago. The hotel staff, everyone's been blown away. The world is full of doubters, but what the world needs at this stage is people that say, this is what I want to do and we're going to make it happen.
Going up in the world, directly above the basement, lift operator of 30 years, John Alves, has seen it all.
This lift is 140 years old, as was one of the first ones in London.
The oldest remaining technology in the hotel is fiercely guarded from the hand of change.
Good afternoon, how are you today? First take to the 5th floor. The guests, they love this lift. Believe me, the biggest people in the world, I said all of them pass through here to the Claridge. Very, very important people. The King of Spain, been here a few times, even the actors. Tom Cruise, he was here on your spot, and he loved to come up and down this lift. He's a lovely person and very easy to work with him.
Keep going up in one.
Yeah, no worries.
Further up still, and the rooftop is within a few months of completion.
Hands on it now, Lindsay. Start jibbing down steady again. Jib down only.
This is going to be one of the big balconies, so when you come here, like, look at the view. You're looking down to the city, you're looking down to the Shard, you're looking over to the London Eye, and on a really, really good day, you can actually see right down into Canary Wharf. We're planning that by September of 2020, that all these rooms will be completed. So from September, people will be sleeping on these floors.
With the end in sight for the Claridge's build project, the vision is overtaken by world events, and the mission to keep the hotel open at any cost is dashed. The hotel is forced to close for the first time in over 100 years.
How are you? Good, thank you. Nice to see you.
10 days later, the doors do reopen, but to a different kind of guest.
So your keys are ready here.
Frontline NHS staff.
The first 2 weeks that I started working in the ICUs,
I would cry about every night. It was so stressful. So coming here and having at least some bit of comfort and stability has been phenomenal. I knew nothing about this hotel. I'd never heard of it. It is like a dream.
These amazing doctors and nurses were under so much pressure, so we lent them the hotel. Claridge did a similar thing during the war, so we felt it was the least we could do. That seemed been a very worthwhile use of Claridge's during this time.
Seeing so much death at the height of this peak has been a really harrowing experience. And it just feels as if the hotel is giving us this big virtual hug when we come and wrapping its arms around us and actually saying, you know what, we're here and we care and we recognise what you're doing.
The Claridge's kitchens are also making 500 meals a day to be distributed to 4 NHS hospitals.
Normally I'm in the events team, so looking after weddings and other large events that take place in our ballroom.
Are you a cook?
Am I a cook? No. Definitely not a cook.
It's the same food on-site as off-site. The world has changed, and so has room service.
We warm it up of an evening and then it gets left outside their room together with their disposable napkin and their disposable cutlery, which is not quite Claridge's standards, but it is what it is right now.
When are we starting in here, Paul?
Screeders hopefully coming Thursday, Friday.
Uh-huh.
Get it screeded.
Brilliant.
On the 11th of May 2020, almost 2 months into lockdown, the construction industry is given the go-ahead, under strict conditions, to begin work again. The NHS staff are housed on the lower floors, insulated from the work. So for the first time in the 4 years of the project, Norman doesn't have to worry about disturbing their guests.
One side is bitter sorrow because the hotel's closed. The other side is brilliant because the work we're getting done at the minute is phenomenal.
You know, I heard the jackhammer yesterday and it was like music to my ears. It was like, it was a complete reversal.
Something that maybe took a week to do, now we can do in a day, and that's the difference.
At the very bottom of the basement, the team of engineers has been able to install 70 tons of new plant machinery ahead of schedule.
This is B5, this is the heartbeat of Claridge. If you take this away, all you have is bricks and mortar. We have a heating system that can heat 200 houses. And underneath here, the full width of the basement, we have a massive subterranean tank that takes over 100 tons of water.
In fact, it can supply the whole hotel at full occupancy for 24 hours.
Any water that's used in the hotel, whether it be heating, chilling, showering, bathing, all the water comes from here.
It's been over a year since the miners broke through to link the 2 service tunnels with the vertical shafts. They now stand ready to connect the plant room to the hotel above.
When you go over to turn on your air conditioning to cool the building down or heat it up, the heating or the cooling will have come from here and up the risers and the whole way up to the 9th floor. This plant cuts 45% of our carbon footprint, albeit that we have these 5 basements, 6 basements. We have 4 new floors in the top of Claridge's, and we still cut 45% of the carbon footprint of the old hotel.
The key to this improvement is a state-of-the-art energy capture system, which allows excess heat produced in the plant room to be reused elsewhere in the hotel.
So, no problems to date, but let's see what happens as we start to bring it onto line.
Is he here yet? How are you getting on?
The hotel has been closed to paying guests for 5 months.
All right, if you can't get there, give me a shout, I'll get it moved.
But on the 15th of August 2020, it reopens its doors.
Mark, do me a favour. I need to put the truck in there to change the flags. Yeah, he came here first job, yeah?
the hotel has been replumbed with 45 kilometres of pipework and rewired with 450 kilometres of cabling.
Last day before we reopen, there's a lot of teething problems. I tried to re-plug it back in yesterday and it blew it all again. Now I call in a professional. Power issues, water issues. Coffee, man. Did you get water?
Not yet.
Hopefully in the next couple of hours, we'll be on top of it.
Where's the closest water supply?
There's a sink in there. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Get rid of this rubbish out here. Look, there's cups in there. We always greeted our customers with a handshake and offered assistance with their luggage, etc. This will obviously be done in a different way now. We're such a tactile people. To actually not be that way now feels a little bit unusual, but you know, it has to be done, that's it. So what can we do?
Finally, the famous doors are open to paying guests once again.
Come this way, please. Welcome back.
Good afternoon, how are you? Nice to see you.
Lovely to see you all. Enjoy it. Enjoy your breakfast. Yeah, have a little look, yeah.
Are you feeling all right?
Yeah, a bit limpy.
Yeah?
I might borrow your stick, but I'm all right.
Good to see you, John.
Among the first to return is 94-year-old Jerry Parker.
Oh, look at that.
Eggs Benedict.
Back to normal.
Back to normal. Bon appetit.
A retired bookmaker, he's been coming to Claridge's for breakfast every day for 50 years.
It's like coming home. I've missed it for 5 months, missed it. The doorman outside I've known for years. Though they got masks, I knew who they were. I'd give them a big kiss. I'm a kissable person. I know maybe it's the East End way, I don't know. I love this place. I could sit here all day and all night if I have to. Service, you couldn't get better if you were royalty. I've always got people coming in to say hello to me. And I say, fetch a packed lunch with you, it's expensive here.
A year later, with the world returning to normal, the extraordinary has happened on the roof. After 2 years of hazardous daily journeys from Northern Ireland, the 4 Victorian-style stories are nearing completion. 16 decorative chimney stacks, perfect replicas of the originals, are the crowning glory.
I don't think whenever the Victorians built the original chimneys in Claridge, they ever expected to see chimneys coming off the back of a lorry from Northern Ireland. That's our last 2 large chimneys arriving onto the site, and it's fantastic to see it here. Well, the last time we saw Dormer 802, or I was standing in Dormer 802, we were standing looking out over the rolling countryside outside Macrofelt, the green fields, and here we are looking out at London Eye and the Shard and all the magnificent buildings in the distance. There's a huge satisfaction, I think, for everyone that's been involved with the project. It's definitely a watershed moment as you see the roof starting to finish. Seeing it all up here now, I have to say, is quite humbling when you look at the effort that everyone has put into it to get it here.
Welcome to Claridge, sir. I'm John. I'll get you checked in.
Pepper sauce, truffle fries and a spinach samage.
It's May 2021, and with COVID restrictions finally coming to an end, Britain's grandest hotel is fully open for business.
How you doing, man? Welcome home. How are you?
Hello, lady.
Yeah, it's been too long, hasn't it? How you been?
There you go.
A grateful clientele is flooding back to savour its world-famous old-school charm and unbridled luxury.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Mr. Underwood. How are you?
Thank you. I'm very well. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
It's absolutely wonderful. It's slowly getting back to normal. The most rewarding thing about being back at work is seeing the guests that are happy and smiling and knowing that this is where they can come.
We have some lovely treats for her in the room as well.
Oh, fantastic.
And most of the guests arriving back at Claridge's are still blissfully unaware of the construction that's been going on behind closed doors.
We're going a little sit down.
In 2015, work began on an ambitious redevelopment above and below the building. Whilst it continued to welcome 1,500 guests a week, a 5-storey basement was excavated beneath the hotel, whilst the top 2 floors were dismantled.
Right, Lindsay, as steady as you can. Just go up to 4 ton for us, please. Whoa.
And replaced with a 40-bedroom Victorian-style roof extension. Now, with the shell almost complete, the hotel has brought in some of the world's most in-demand designers to curate an interior that goes beyond Claridge's globally renowned standards of luxury. The crowning glory of this extraordinary endeavour, a 20,000 square foot penthouse.
What about the capping? Is this lead or?
It's a lead capping.
Yeah.
It's
The
kind
stone's
of,
all on?
The stone's on.
Brilliant.
This bold overhaul is being driven by multi-millionaire hotel boss Paddy McKillen.
How's it going? Good? So this is the ultimate. This is what I really feel is going to be the best apartment in the world on any hotel. There's no hotel in the world will have basically this massive space. This is the living room. Where you see the tarpaulin is one piece of glass, one sheet of glass, no joint. So it's going to be really something special. I don't know another hotel in the world that will have something as magnificent as this.
Due to be completed in just 18 months, the penthouse will span the entire roof and cost future guests a rumoured £100,000 a night. 2 master bedrooms with their own bathrooms and dressing rooms will sit alongside a private gym, kitchen, bar, and a separate 2-bedroom studio. With views across its own lake and the London skyline beyond, the centrepiece of this new space is an 1,800 square foot living room, the Grand Salon.
So we stick to this solution for you, right?
With his sights set on catching the eye of some of the world's most wealthy guests, Paddy's hired Parisian designer Remy Tessier.
Oh, that's revolving, is it?
Yeah, the revolving table.
Amazing.
With a background in luxury carpentry, he's crafted the interiors of super yachts and private jets across the globe and is well known for his use of rare materials in his designs. Today, he's meeting Paddy to reveal his plans for the penthouse.
I mean, we should have a very fresh vibe when you go here, but very intimate, very cool. My dream for the penthouse is having a very timeless place and style, but you can feel the vibe of the Art Deco, but you are looking forward. That is Burlwood.
Okay.
It's come from the Art Deco style,
Beautiful.
but we turn it in a contemporary way.
That is amazing,
cool.
Remy.
If you look at the entrance, you arrive at and you have this.
Wow.
The focal point of the Grand Salon will be a 10-metre wide floor-to-ceiling window, framing the view of a unique terrace.
You have a huge water fixture in front of you, massive window, an amazing view, space like no other suite in the world have. And you are in the top of the Claridges. So you are in the top of a legend hotel.
What do you call this marble here?
Green onyx.
Our guests will love this.
Yeah, I mean, it's this is the only one in the world.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, nobody think about that. Never done before. We have to translate every single detail to the highest level. This is about effort, attention, collaboration. This is where the magic happens.
Sorry, can I just get a clear pic just for the records?
And it falls to architectural assistant Tom Newsom to help make that magic from the middle of a building site.
So we're standing in the Grand Salon. It's 20 metres long. It's twice the size of my entire house. From here, you come from the Grand Salon and you start to enter the bedrooms. And with all the doors open, from here you see through your dressing room, your bedroom, your bathroom, your second dressing room, your second bathroom, your second bedroom, all the way from one end to the other with everything perfectly lining up. And that's going to be one of the big challenges, is making sure that everything fits together. Remy comes from the boat building world, where just by their very nature, everything is very precise and well fitted. And he's brought that sensibility here. And so Remy's design is all perfectly aligned from one room to the next. On the rooms downstairs, if things don't quite line up, a wall can be made slightly out of angle, or you can hide something with a cornice. But here, there's no room for error. Nothing can be hidden.
To guarantee a finish like no other hotel in the world, Remy's commissioned artisans from across Europe to craft his bespoke luxury interiors.
Dom, so yeah, we quite like to look at the grand salon area so that we can sort out the veneer selection for the panelling.
Stuart Langdown and the team at Somerset-based carpenters Longpre will supply custom-made furniture, wooden floors and wood veneer panels.
So Paul, I think our grand challenge here is to basically fulfil what Remy is after in his CGIs.
Remy's requested Longpre work with two of the world's rarest and most expensive woods. Wenji, a hardwood grown in Africa for the floorboards, and Ziricotti, known for its striking grain pattern, for the veneer panels.
A lot of the amazing veneers like the Ziricotti are your top woods of the world, and it does give you that wow factor.
Stunning, absolutely stunning, yeah. We've got 48 leaves.
Yeah.
We've got 15 columns.
So I think we're going to be quite tight. We're going to have about 2 spare.
Yeah.
But this is the right stuff to use.
Oh, stunning, yeah, stunning, yeah.
To realise Remy's design, each leaf of veneer is first cut in 2 and then turned out like a page.
We'll cut it, we'll join it.
Cut it, join it, press it.
Indeed, yeah.
When then placed side by side and pressed together, this creates a striking symmetry, or book match.
We get this beautiful effect in the middle, which is basically what Remy is after. And then this symmetry will match all the way around the grand salon and give an amazing effect.
Remy has requested that almost half of the 1,800 square foot grand salon is laid with Wenji boards. But with wholesale supply limited and just months to complete the job, Stuart and his team have a challenge ahead.
So our biggest task is going to be sourcing enough timber to veneer to actually complete this project.
Sure. Remy's reputation is second to none. To work for him is an amazing privilege for us, which is ultimately more of a challenge for us to make sure that we don't mess up.
Afternoon, ladies. Coming in? Mind the step. There's some hand sanitizer there if you need that, ladies. Have a nice time.
To maintain its reputation for 5-star service and style, since January 2017, many of the existing bedrooms and suites at Claridge's have undergone a complete refurbishment.
More this way a little bit, yeah. Doing the hand, okay. Yeah, that's fine, that's good, good, yeah.
One at a time, each floor was taken out of service. But with demand increasing, the completed rooms are now ready to be revealed to guests.
So we have one of our most beautiful suites for you. It's a corner suite.
Okay. Quite excited to see this one.
Eric Underwood has been visiting Claridge's for 15 years.
Welcome to your accommodation for the evening.
Fantastic.
This 1,100 square foot corner suite took 12 months to refurbish and costs over £7,000 a night. It also comes with its own private butler.
Would you like anything to drink? Some champagne or some tea? Or?
I'm fine for now, but thank you very much. I was previously a ballet dancer with the Royal Ballet. I danced there as a soloist for 11 years. And after the ballet, there was a great place to go and have a drink. And I sort of climatized with the hotel during that time, and it just sort of became a home away from home. This is gorgeous. This particular suite is really, really beautiful. I mean, the decoration is fantastic. I think things are done with a certain amount of taste and class, and I really love the walk-in wardrobe. That's a favorite for me. I love clothes, so that's great.
Eric is now a busy model and actor living in London, but still makes time to visit his favorite hotel.
Yeah, I wonder where she is. Sophia! There's no better place to have a staycation. You know, you come here and it feels like I'm away. It feels like I've traveled, and the treatment's incredible. The attention to detail, it's in a league of its own.
We have your personal bar here if you'd like. And there's some champagne chilling.
I'm gonna probably have a nice meal at the restaurant, enjoy the facilities, have a great bath, just chill out and unwind and put my feet up, so to speak.
And in a matter of months, loyal guests like Eric will be able to experience attention to detail on another level. In 2015, Claridge embarked on an unprecedented engineering feat to create a 5-story basement deep beneath the hotel's 100-year-old Art Deco wing. Featuring brand new laundry and kitchen facilities, a staff restaurant, art gallery and wine shop, the jewel in its crown will be Claridge's first ever spa.
So these are the new lifts that go the full way from B3 right to the 9th floor of the building, and you can come down from your suite right down into the spa. This is the spa area.
It's Director of Construction Norman McKibben's job to keep across this final phase of the hotel's transformation.
You have the entrance area here. This here will be all closed off. You have the water feature, and you'll walk in. You will then come into reception, and then when you walk down here, you will be able to see through the glass into the pool, and then that will continue your journey on down to the treatment rooms.
Designed to be the first of its kind within a central London hotel, the new space will be home to 2 consultation rooms, a gym and yoga studio, saunas, steam rooms, a hair salon, 7 treatment rooms, and Claridge's very first swimming pool.
The actual shape of the new spa has been made. The pool, the walls are up, all the services are going in, and we're getting very near to the point where we'll now start to put the finishes in. But it's not just a matter of decorating the walls and putting in the ceilings.
Thanks, Steve.
It's just getting someone who understands the feel of a spa when you walk into it, so that people will feel they're in a very peaceful, tranquil space.
Okay, so nice to see you, Alice.
Me too.
Oh, it's really busy. Should we get some water, please, Jim?
Yeah.
And charged with delivering a vision for Claridge's very first spa is its creative director, Inga Taron.
The lift opens. You're going to be enveloped with this smell. And we're developing our own smell. We've also collected incense from the temples in Kyoto, so it's super, super authentic.
After researching spas all over the world as a beauty journalist, before developing her own range of skincare technology, Inga has plans to offer a pioneering combination of traditional treatments alongside lab-tested, results-driven therapies.
Coming up with a new concept for Claridge's, it gives me the opportunity to really break new ground. We really want to make sure that this isn't just a holistic spa. We've spent a fortune on technology. However, I think we're going to house all of this tech in a Japanese concept. This is jasmine and violet leaf body polish. It's actually been handmade.
Today, with just 10 months to launch, Inga's running through some of her ideas for the Japanese theme with hotel manager Jim Lyons and head of furniture fixtures and equipment, Alice Hawker.
If we are going to do tea on arrival, we'll need to have something quite exceptional as a tea service.
So then you're doing the tea service or the tea ceremony within the treatment space?
That's what I've got programmed at the moment. I've got a team in Japan right now creating the sound healing music. We've been sourcing everything from slippers to kaftans to ingredients. I've got to see if we can bring some ceremony and ritualism. You'll put your feet in and we'll start washing your feet with hot rice milk.
Okay.
So going back to Amaterasu, the goddess of rice and silk. So I think sourcing a really beautiful bowl. This is an idea for one of the facial treatments. Jim doesn't know what has hit him. It's Claridge's. I mean, there just isn't a more revered hotel in the world. And this is their very first spa, so we have to bring all that incredible attention to detail into this new world. So, of course, I'm definitely feeling the pressure.
But while Inga is working against the clock to perfect a gold standard guest experience, Norman has unearthed a problem that could jeopardize the entire endeavor.
We come down one night really late, as we do, about 9:30 at night. The site was very quiet, and when we were standing in the room, we could actually hear the hum of the tube, which we were really surprised about because we felt that we were so far from the tube and we could not understand, where was this noise coming. Right away, we knew this is a problem. we have to get this sorted, because if you're lying having a nice massage and all you hear is the hum of the tube, I don't think you'd be very happy.
It emerges that the hotel's newly built basement is acting as an accidental amplifier. Claridge's sits between 3 busy underground lines. As trains travel along the tracks 200 metres away, faint vibrations carry through the ground. But once they reach the hotel, the foundations carry these sound waves through the walls and pillars, amplifying the noise of the tube back inside the building.
If suddenly someone writes and says, well, I stayed at the Claridge's and you could hear the tube, well, that's a disaster.
To address the noise, Norman's hired a team of acoustic engineers who've come up with a simple solution, but one that will take precious time and money to roll out in every one of the 7 treatment rooms.
We have built a box-in-box construction, and then we will build the new treatment room within this box.
You've got to build a room within a room.
We're building a room within a room, exactly.
Each inner room is surrounded by acoustic insulation and attached to the existing walls with rubber springs that absorb the vibrations and prevent the sound from travelling.
This is the acoustic springs here to stop any vibration coming up through the blockwork. The floor is suspended off the concrete floor with springs, and then up here is the acoustic quilt and the 2 layers of acoustic plasterboard. Once we have this box made, then they will construct the new room within that room, so that there'll be no noise transference into the new treatment rooms.
9 floors above the spa, the 40 rooms in the brand new roof extension need to be fitted out before they start taking bookings in a few months' time.
It's ceiling heights, mainly. Yes.
Head of design Michelle Wu has worked with boss Paddy across several luxury hotel projects, but the top floor here at Claridge's is presenting a unique challenge.
Paddy doesn't want it to feel Victorian. He doesn't want it to feel Art Deco. He sees this as the 3rd regeneration of Claridge's, and he kind of wants to define almost like a new design language, a new era. He wants the whole thing to feel quite sculptural, so quite rounded. The ceiling height was lower for the dressing room, but not as low as here.
It looked like this part was about 250.
Due to planning restrictions on the height of the entire hotel, the ceilings in the dormer rooms had to be made 70 centimetres lower than those in the rooms below. And in addition, Michelle's design will have to incorporate a hard-edged sloping roof.
As you can see, we have all the eaves here at 45 degrees, which is quite a challenge. There is actually quite a lot of ductwork along the ceiling, which means our whole ceiling height for here has to drop even further.
Michelle's biggest headache is the steel frame that spans this entire side of the roof, an essential part of the design for supporting the dormers, but an eyesore for guests paying over £1,200 a night.
This beam here is not very pleasant to be sitting or sleeping under a beam across the bed. It can feel quite harsh in a room if we don't try some way to make it part of the design. It's probably one of the most challenging rooms I've done at Claridge's.
After experimenting with various computer-animated designs, Michelle has made a scale model of her favourite.
Michelle.
Today, boss Paddy has come to her studio with Norman to run through the idea.
Just to refresh.
This is which room?
7th floor.
Okay.
The 7th floor. These are the rooms which is a tricky one. The suggestion is like,
wow,
we do this like we curve here, and we just have this bit like an asymmetrical curve. So we hide the beam and have just the ceiling tray, but the ceiling all around is much higher.
Okay.
Do you want to quick like done the model? It might be easier to show you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michelle's plan will hide the beam with a curved design that maximises ceiling height.
So it kind of follows the line, so it's centralised with the bed.
I don't know if I'd be mad about that, no. I'm just wondering, would that make you dizzy if you're in bed there with this undulating ceiling?
Yeah.
It could create a sort of a funny illusion, you know what I mean? That's just my feeling.
It's back to the drawing board.
Paddy has the very good eye for things, and he has a vision of how things need to be.
You've got a puzzle to solve.
Yes, one of many.
Have a nice day, sir. Do you need any help with your bag, sir?
I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good ordering, guys.
Hello, good morning, everybody. How are you? Good, good.
Today, designer Remy has arrived from Paris to meet Stuart and the team from Longpre. He's keen to hear the latest on their progress with his designs.
So then the actual internal drawers, we've got a recess within the drawer front, it looks like, to open the...
It's a grabbing detail.
Yes, exactly.
Where you see that? No,
you.
This is a speculation from you.
Correct.
Okay, don't speculate.
So like a rebate.
It's like this. Grabbing.
Yeah. That's
like
what I
this.
sort of drawn there. That's sort of what I was
Yeah, but there is no cut in the front.
Along with fine-tuning the furniture design, Remy wants to know how the team plan to deliver his vision of covering the grand salon floor with single, uninterrupted planks of wood in time for the penthouse opening.
Oh, you make the floor? One length?
You can obviously have all of these in one piece, but we may struggle over that distance. We may have to do that in two.
You struggle in your mind. I can tell you, doing a plank 10 meter long is possible. I made 15 meter long.
You can,
One,
but I need to
five,
find the tree,
zero.
Remy, don't
Huh?
I? I need to find the tree. And
No, but there is... Okay. It's up to you. You say, I'm struggling. I say, it's possible. I'm here to help you. I'm here to tell you, it's possible, it's not possible.
Stuart has been trying to track down a 10-meter long plank without success.
Can I just explain my thinking?
Yeah, of course.
When I said, the issue I've got, Remy, is time, because I need to get the wood in, bandsaw it, and then I've then got to kiln it. So,
Okay.
So it's not a problem doing it, it's the time. It's the time.
If I don't want to do something, I will explain why I cannot do it. Time is an excuse. Technical is an excuse. There is people who have the wood. There is people who don't have the wood. You just have to find the people who have the wood.
You just need to source the wood, Remy, that's all.
Doing this penthouse at the top of the Claridges is a massive challenge. When you told me it's difficult, of course it's difficult. Everything is difficult. We have to push the limit. We have to push the envelope. If you believe something is possible, let's make it happen.
Okay.
Solution is everywhere.
Okay.
It's up to you to find it. I'm not going to do your job.
Wow.
It's a massive effort to convince all the worker, all the builder, that what we believe is possible to do, to make it even more incredible, but this is already a crazy challenge.
Elsewhere on the roof, Remy's team are grappling with another challenge. They are constructing a huge private lake to create a jaw-dropping vista from the Grand Salon's 10-meter wide window.
Wow.
It's the work of designer Andrew Ewing, an aquitect whose creations have been the centerpiece of numerous award-winning gardens at Chelsea Flower Show.
I'm a bit like an architect, but my specialism is water, so we call it aquitecture. And I specialize in ripples and reflections and trying to capture fleeting moments.
A specialist team of riggers are harnessed 28 meters above the hotel's internal atrium to install 30 intersecting stainless steel beams. Once complete, this will be covered with reinforced glass and filled with a shallow 5-centimeter layer of water.
So we're kind of at the side of the pool here, and the vantage point is there, which is effectively like a goalpost of glazing. When you look out, because you're looking at a long expanse of water at quite a shallow angle, you'll get really good reflections. So you'll see the sky reflected in the water. When there's a breeze, you'll see ripples shimmering across the water, breaking up those reflections. So to have something like this here, right in the centre of London, is quite remarkable.
But this huge steel lattice also presents a unique engineering challenge.
The weight of the steel it'll sag a bit in the middle by its own weight. So what they're doing at the moment is they're tightening up all the bolts, and that'll basically bring the structure back up again to the right level. If any area is lower by 5 millimeters, then it could leak. So it's super critical.
Lovely flowers. Have a nice day.
Hello, sir. Checking in.
Mr. and Mrs. Tempest.
Hi.
Welcome home. How are
Nice
you?
to-
How are you?
Nice to see you.
Claridge's reputation for attention to detail and design has always been an attraction to its loyal and regular guests.
Thank you. Thank you. All good? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Roger Tempest is the latest squire in a 1,000-year-old North Yorkshire seat, but the family stay at Claridge's whenever they're in London.
To you, Mr. Tempest. Can we go to the left, please?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I mean, my grandmother used to bring me to tea here, and so there's always that sort of connection.
It's our London base now, it's our home in London.
This time, they've chosen to stay in one of the newly refurbished rooms.
Always a sense of anticipation.
Welcome home. Thank you, Mr.
Oh, it's lovely.
Have you stayed in this room before?
No, this is a real new one, and you've lifted. There's a lot been going on. Look at that, Damien Hirst, bub. Come on, come and see your bedroom.
Oh, shall we? A little bed as well for you.
Oh, Aya. It says Aya on it. Oh, that's so kind. You form deep connections, you know, over 20, 30 years or whatever, and I feel very loyal. And it's amazing watching how it's changed, and it's quite exciting at the moment. You can just feel it's on the move at the moment. Is this a his and her bathroom?
It is indeed.
It's lovely to be part of a place which is evolving. You know, a living, breathing place is so important. Boing, boing, boing.
We need to do a flat ceiling, just the center part. And we then use this as the light trough on the side.
To make her mark on that evolution, Michelle is still grappling with a design solution for the 7th floor dormer rooms.
This is nice, actually.
She and her team need to find a way of disguising the protruding ceiling beam and smoothing the hard angular sloping wall without making the whole room smaller.
So we need to find some way to keep it very sculptural and organic. And Patty does not want to have all these sharp edges and straight planes. So we can potentially try the bottom to be like this. So actually this is like a bit like the Gaudi surfaces, the one he did in Sagrada Familia, where it was it goes from convex on one side and concave to the other.
Taking inspiration from late 19th century Spanish architect Gaudi, Michelle wants to experiment with a design that smooths the wall's hard edges whilst maintaining as much of the room's precious 500 square foot of living space as possible.
So you have curved the side here.
Having been signed off by Paddy, one wall has been completed for Michelle to inspect.
This part sticks out a little bit further from where the wall originally is. What it is that this actually concaves in, instead of it having the same profile. If we had the same profile, it would mean the headroom would be more like here, which then pushes everything out slightly.
In this ingenious solution, distinctive convex sections cover the protruding edges, whilst the concave areas curve the opposite way to avoid any unnecessary bulge into the room. To precisely replicate Michelle's architectural drawings, the plaster is moulded off-site and then blended with the existing walls.
The whole object is delivered in 3 sections. We've got the bottom section here, then we've got a smaller middle section here, and then the largest is on the top here.
More than 100 separate pieces of pre-moulded plaster need to be melded with the walls of these dormer rooms before Michelle can begin to add the finishing touches to her blank canvas. Downstairs in the basement, after tackling the noise from the tube, the spa build is back on track.
We have a complete soundproof structure so that when the guest is here, they have no disturbance from the background noise of the tube. We've sat in the rooms at night when all the building work's finished. We've come down here, you cannot hear anything. They're completely silent.
It's going to be a little bit cold now, so let's just pop that on your chin.
Over in her Chelsea lab, Inga is fine-tuning the high-tech facials that will soon sit alongside her holistic Japanese-themed spa treatments.
This is the only thing I'm a little bit worried about, if Claridge's is ready for something this extreme.
It looks quite extreme, yeah. Put your head forward for me. I'm just going to make it underneath, Inga, so it's not by your...
So these are the things we just need to bear in mind with the hair. Yeah, that feels so much better.
Does it?
Yeah.
Pop your head up, back now. This way. Ready?
Mm-hmm. This treatment, I think, could actually be a winner. Of course, there's some concerns around the look of the customer with that mask on. It has to be new, it has to be credible. You just can't rest on your laurels. And beauty tech is changing so fast.
One of the innovations on offer when the spa opens in a month is a cryotherapy facial costing £190, which stimulates blood flow to the skin by blasting it with frozen carbon dioxide.
How will they feel about the noise of it, do you think? Will they be all right with it?
I don't know. The irony is that they've built this box of soundproofing, and we're coming in and we're like, oh well, doesn't matter.
4 minutes of these throughout the day.
They're gonna go down.
I know.
With the treatment list complete and the newly soundproofed rooms almost ready to receive guests, it seems nothing can further delay the spa from finally opening.
Parts of the capital have been hit by flash floods this evening. Photos and footage shared on social media shows cars submerged in water and people's homes affected too.
As unprecedented levels of rain overwhelm the London sewers, tube lines and cellars throughout central London are flooded. At Claridge's, with the basement's drainage system not yet fully installed, nothing below ground has escaped the deluge. And it's the out-of-hours team who discover the full extent of the damage.
B2 swimming pool, obviously. You can see it's done the ceiling there. Basically all these treatment rooms. It's come down in here as well, oh dear. That's pretty bad. There's not a lot saving that.
In the space of just half an hour, the floodwater has reached all 5 floors. In the spa, the newly soundproofed rooms within rooms are destroyed.
Everything we've done has been ruined. It's soul destroying. And you see all the insulation in here, all this insulation, and it's saturated. It's just, what do you do? This is the plasterboard for the forms the first layer of the wall, and it's completely disintegrated. So all this has to now come off. What we're effectively doing is restarting all the work that we had done.
With the spa due to open in just 4 weeks, Inga has arrived to assess the scale of the setback for herself.
Hang on, but this is... all the rooms are gone. They said it was bad, but this is actually really much worse than I expected. Wow. It just decimated the whole spa. I mean, this is our beauty salon, it's our wet room, and 6 dry treatment rooms just absolutely gone. It's devastating. I mean, we were 30 days to launch, so this is really going to put us back. Devastating. Literally starting from scratch. Floors, ceilings, walls. Just looking at the state of where we're at, I think this is at least another 6 months away.
We're ready for the lorry, yeah? I want it to reverse all the way back and then to drive down, yeah?
As the rain clouds clear and the team set to work again on the spa, it's a crucial day for the penthouse. The bespoke 10-metre wide window, which will frame the view of the lake from the Grand Salon, has arrived after a several hundred-mile journey across Europe.
So put one strap over, come that way, and then one strap through that way, so it's counter.
Before it can be craned onto the roof, the first challenge is getting it out of the lorry.
No, how much is it worth?
30,000.
30,000. I don't think I've got that.
How are you feeling?
A bit nervous, yeah. A bit nervous.
Hopefully everything will be fine.
Okay, Lindsay. We've got the straps around the glass. We good? Okay, if you just keep jib up for me first, please. Jibbing up.
The window, which weighs just under 1.5 tons, needs to be hoisted in its protective caging.
Coming up in one.
Yeah.
40 metres up onto the roof.
That's yours. Fire. Clear. Through the gears.
If one of the edges touches anything, that's like, it's broken. It's just touching it, it breaks.
Well, then they go straight out now, yeah? All clear. I'll come straight down with this.
Hands on chains, keep coming down.
All set.
So you need to clean it where the sucker's going to go?
Okay.
To inch the window precisely into its frame, the protective cage is then removed and the glass suspended solely by a system of high-tech vacuum pads.
This is a 4-circuit machine. So there's 16 pads on there, so there's 4 on each circuit. Each circuit is holding 0.68 bar of pressure. We're checking that not one of these circuits is leaking or losing any pressure. Happy?
Yeah, that's okay.
Double check.
That's okay.
Guys, nothing free. Nothing free.
Easing up now, mate. Easing up. Coming in quick. All right, ease up. Up on your hoist.
Get this glass cube in now.
As the 1.5-ton window is moved across the London skyline, each suction pad needs to be continuously monitored, as even the smallest drop in pressure would indicate the machine losing its grip of the glass.
This is right at the limit of the crane's reach.
That's okay.
It can just about get it over the edge and down in front, but not much further. It's now more the responsibility of the riggers on the ground to keep it steady and level as it comes down.
Yep, it's looking clear now.
Coming down at an angle like this, and there's a danger here of the top corner banging into the steel beam across the top. So it's going to have to be manhandled into place.
Despite having meticulously measured both the frame and the glass, the team won't know whether or not they actually fit until they're brought together for the first time.
There's tight tolerances at the edges, so it has to be very carefully lifted in.
Pull it in, in. But you know, please do a cut.
Hey!
With the window in place, the exterior shell of one of the world's most expensive hotel rooms is finally complete.
That was impressive. Very good teamwork there. That was really good. The hard work is over. It's in the frame now. 20 years ago, I was doing local authority swimming pools, and I didn't think 20 years later I'd be doing something like this. It's amazing.
But with the Penthouse team set to stay on schedule and welcome guests in a matter of months, Paddy's had an idea that may blow them off course.
Paddy's had this discussion about what he visualised on the roof, and Remy's created a visual of this.
The boss wants to build a piano pavilion at the far end of the lake. It's the job of architect Eleonora Bressi to turn this vision into reality.
This is an overview of the location where it is. You'll open the curtains and then you'll see the piano. It's so romantic. It's very challenging, especially because there's this dichotomy of like, we want to keep the beauty of it. So when you come into the penthouse and you look across and you say, wow, there's that gorgeous jewel there. But at the same time, we don't want the piano to rot. You know, this needs to be watertight. All this whole space, this building has been designed, and at the 11th hour, Paddy has this incredible habit to vision some magical addition to everything he does. So we've had to come in with all the
existing structure and add this little box onto it.
Today, Eleonora and Tom are taking measurements for the base.
We go the other way around, and you hold one end on the
Sure.
hold one end on the plinth.
Are you not feeling that romance yet, Tom? Paddy's pavilion, you're playing the piano. Maybe you'll get to snag it when it's done.
That'll be the closest I'll get to enjoying it.
What room have you got this time?
We're right up above here, 208 maybe at
Nice.
the top of the stairs.
You
but
like it?
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah,
Bit different to how it used to be?
Yeah, yeah. So they're
I think it's
updating them all.
the way he smiled there, I think it's a lot different.
It's been 6 years since work began to dismantle the top 2 stories of the hotel and rebuild the roof with 4 floors of brand new accommodation. With demand at an all-time high, the management team are keen to book out the new rooms as soon as possible.
Door handle missing.
But with a stay here costing up to £6,000 per night, the housekeeping team first need to ensure the presentation matches the price tag.
Mirror has a scratch.
Which mirror?
Which mirror?
Which mirror?
You look at yours and I'll look at mine.
Yeah.
It's fabulous. We talked about new rooms a long time ago, and now we're there. We're almost there.
Oh, this is even bigger. It's very exciting. It's very exciting to be part of this. Yeah, I'm very proud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
Okay, glass top panels in both wardrobes are too small.
Yeah.
Yep. We now have blackout blinds in these rooms, which is fantastic.
That's perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Completely black. Oh.
Blackout, yeah.
Yeah, there's a little gap there, look.
There's a little
That
gap.
can be-
So
that-
that's a snag.
That's a little snag.
That's a little snag.
Yeah, because
Let's
that
put
should be
down.
absolutely to the
Pitch
floor.
black.
Actually, they crinkle a
Blackout.
bit as well, look.
They do. Yeah. And crinkle.
Oh, the book end. Maybe too much. Too much. Maybe take the top book down so it's just black and white.
Just 1 floor up, Michelle is finally getting to see her ideas for a bold new Claridge's style become a reality.
So we are just putting in the final touches, like the dressing of the room with the accessories. I think it just needs like something that's a bit.
Michelle's Gaudi-inspired interiors have concealed any hint of the structural framework below.
So what we have done is we've dropped the center ceiling parts just to hide the beam, but we've widened it to be more or less the width of the center of the room. We have added a lot of kind of smooth corners in here, like everything is rounded. It's quite sculptural, and I think it also adds a kind of sense of calmness in the whole thing. When there's no sharp corners, it suddenly everything seems to be kind of quite smooth and undulating. This part is the most rewarding part, seeing it all come together.
As boss Paddy has recently moved on to other businesses, it falls to Norman to sign off these final stages of the build.
Looking good.
Yeah.
This has turned out a brilliant solution, Michelle.
Yeah.
You would not know that there's a major structural beam running the whole way through this room. This actually looks like a feature in the room, and the way you've centred it on the bed,
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic.
Contrasting with the hotel's Victorian and Art Deco wings, Michelle hopes that her 21st century style will be a reminder of this new chapter in the hotel's history for years to come.
The rooms look so light, they look airy, they look fresh. I mean, who wouldn't want to stay in a room like this? Hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah,
We finally got here.
exactly.
Yep.
Very happy that the rooms are finally done. The space does speak for itself, and I think it does evoke that sense of serenity and lightness and freshness. It's great to be able to see the whole thing coming together and all the ideas being realized.
Over in the Grand Salon, the carpentry team have been busy installing Stuart's wood flooring and veneer panels ahead of a site visit from Remy.
Should be here any minute, I'd have thought. He did say 1:45, so... Oh, here he is now. Hi, Remy. Oh, you're in the penthouse? OK, well, come on up. We're in level 2 meeting room, but no problem, we'll come up.
Despite contacting suppliers across the world, Stuart and his team have been unable to source a 10-metre long plank of Wenji.
Should you turn one over, Remy?
So Remy has been forced to revise his design.
I mean, this is the maximum we can get, but this is quite unique. I think it's very nice. I mean, they find a very wide plank.
With Stuart's help, he's come up with a new plan for the Grand Salon floor.
The whole floor has come out of one log. Ultimately, this was the only log that we could get anywhere that would do the whole room, and 3.3 metres long, which is still pretty good.
It's not pretty good, it's unique.
To join the grain and to ensure they have enough to cover the whole space, Stuart and his team have decided to create thin slices of the trunk, matching them with the same technique as the veneer panels.
To be able to have this kind of plank, length, weight, and also having this pattern in the vengue from one tree do hold the floor. That means some things.
If you see here, all of the boarding is a very consistent colour. And ultimately, when you've got the joints, as it's at the same log as you can see, the grain here runs through into the next butt joint. When that's all polished up, it will look very consistent.
The striking Ziracotti veneer panels that will eventually cover all 15 window columns are also ready for Remy to inspect.
OK, so we've done our best to follow the CGI here.
That's awesome.
Excellent, good.
That's excellent. The way how you put it together with the matching is perfect. When you see from far, it's one effect. When you get close, you have it's almost like a painting, like a landscape.
And I'm hoping, Remy, praying, that I've got enough of this veneer to do the whole of the ceiling.
Oh, yeah? This one?
Yeah, same.
Wow.
Hoping.
That's going to be amazing.
But only so I'm hoping. We might.
We're getting there, yes, we're getting to the result. I mean, we're not there yet. We have to push for the little bit to get the highest quality we all want. But I think everybody wants to get there, so I'm very positive.
9 floors below, the fitting out of the 5-storey mega basement is almost complete.
Fromage prawn tempura, Muscovite and gougere.
6 years after the first earth was removed, it now features a flood defence system, a state-of-the-art kitchen, brand new staff restaurant, as well as essential machinery and laundry facilities.
So we've taken the bonsai away here. So this replaces the bonsai. This is that big piece over there.
On the second level, 8 months after being destroyed by flood damage, Claridge's spa has been transformed.
As the lifts open, we want you to be transported into another world. Obviously, you've got the beautiful reception. You've got this incredible water feature here. You know, we've created this amazing sound scape from artists in Japan.
The space now features 7 soundproof treatment rooms, a gym with a yoga zone, hair salon, 2 saunas, 2 steam rooms, and Claridge's very first swimming pool.
You know, we tried to get the flatbed in here because you can't access this.
Yeah, it's too tight.
It's too tight. So do you think we can get the
shiatsu style?
Yeah. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Like really urgently?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
With news of the spa filling the press and fresh inquiries coming in daily, Inga is keen to perfect the finishing touches.
It is very dramatic.
It's very dramatic, yeah.
And try out some of her more experimental spa treatments on the staff.
Client comes in, we've had that wonderful homemade foot wash, we've prepared the feet, that incense would have cleared the energy in the room. What we're trying to do here is, you know, have this incredible choreographed movement, which really is just super special. Lovely moves. And yeah, don't feel shy to go down to that bum area because we carry so much tension around those glutes and no one ever really gets in there. It's a full treatment. There is not an inch of your body that we don't touch with this. It's a strong treatment, and it can actually, you know, be quite uncomfortable. With that heat, will help soften the muscle, so it should be less painful. Let me just quickly see how you're doing on the face as well. Great, so those have been soaked in water now. So this is basically pure 100% silk. Is it foaming quite nicely? Does it feel a little bit sticky or it feels good? Feels good? Okay. I'm just, you know, I mean, I'm over the moon. Just so happy we got here. The long road ahead, but just, you know, really, really relieved that despite all the trials and tribulations that we've actually managed to open. We've gone on a journey, and I'm sure we'll go on a few more still, but of course, it's absolutely worth it.
Now, 7 years after work began, the spa is almost ready to open its doors. But before they do, a certain VIP has an important job.
Oh, very posh. It's really gorgeous in here. All right, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
And they call me Camp. Can you believe it? Very, very nice. History in the making today.
After swimming the length of the Thames and the English Channel, hotel regular David Williams wants to fulfill his ambition of being the very first person in Claridge's very first pool.
I do declare this pool open. Luxurious, as you'd expect from Claridge's. It's not the biggest pool I've swum in, but it's really elegant. And also, it's something that's very hard to explain, but it's so soft. There's this wonderful stone lining the pool, so it feels like your feet are just sort of on marshmallows or something like that. It's so wonderfully smooth and soft. But they've created something really special down here. And it's really sort of brought the hotel, I think, into the modern age.
How are you?
Morning, man. Coming in?
Welcome.
Welcome.
It's December 2022, and with just days until completion, Remy and his team are working against the clock to prepare for the unveiling of the penthouse.
Johan, les livres qui restent, on peut les emmener dans les salles de bain avec les gars. So today is a time when we uncover everything, we clean everything, we bring the flowers in, the artworks, so we bring the space to life. Like, it's magical, it's a magical moment. We have the TV room with fireplace and a TV. Then we can rotate the sofa in 360 degrees to enjoy the view, to enjoy the TV. But this is a fine-tuning phases. As an execution, I don't think any corner has been cut anywhere.
Wow, it's wonderful. So much space. Wow, that's lovely. It's gorgeous.
To take a first look at its modern new style, the hotel has invited up a select group of staff.
I'm very excited. I came in my day off to be here with you today because I was so excited. It's wonderful.
It's stunning. The whole effect with the water, it's all about bringing in the atmosphere. So to see that in the centre of London is fantastic.
It's a very, very special thing to have been involved with. This is once in a career opportunity to be involved in something like Claridge. It's been a huge chunk of my life, and glad to see it finished and sad to see it finished in sort of equal terms.
Wow, just like home.
It's just so nice to see that the hotel has evolved. We're not stuck in the past, and we can move on to the next 200 years.
I think what this is doing is just cementing Claridge's as the destination to come to in London. This is one incredible cherry on top of the ice cream sundae.
Outside on the terrace, the newly finished pavilion has been completed with a grand piano. And as a Christmas treat, the staff have been joined by a very special guest.